Hello everyone, welcome to What If Issei Was Abandoned and Got Trained by Ichigo, Toshiro, Ban and Igneel Part 2. Before we start, please go support CarlosManuelMamaniQu for writing that awesome fanfic. This is the translated version I made. There will be some mistake in character's gender, but of course Issei is a male. Chapter 20, The Supernatural Uncovered Part 1. After Sona confessed to him, and they kissed, they both retired to their living rooms. At the Cows Brigade headquarters. Shin, damn, we're missing too many chances to kill them because Renji, calm down, we'll solve this soon. Inoue, if you calm down, love. At that moment the doors open and a silver-haired guy enters. Shin, what are you doing here, Euclid? Euclid, His Majesty Rizavim is looking for you. Renji, okay, tell him we're coming. They all went to where the leader of the Cows Brigade was. Rizavim, let the meeting begin. Shin, why did you call us Rizavim? Shelba, hey, more respect, brat. Rizavim, calm down, Shelba. You see, Shin, we have decided to attack Qua's Academy. Shin, the Academy as in the night. Rizavim, we must not attack the students now. We must show them the human world to cause them fear and not dare to challenge us. Shin, but my brother will be there. Rizavim, not exactly. We will attack the underworld first so that the Mao have no choice but to call Issei while he goes to the underworld. We will attack the academy. Renji, and what about the entourages? Rizavim, don't worry about them, they won't go to the underworld, so we'll send a renegade demon as bait to distract them. Rizavim, we also have help. Shin, help who? Rizavim, you'll see. Rizavim, good, or the plan starts now. All yes. Everyone left the room to prepare for battle. 1 hour later. In the underworld, portals and magic circles began to open, from which renegade demons, fallen angels and Asgardians emerged. They were destroying the city of Lilith. The soldiers of the underworld were holding back the wave of enemies. Little by little they were losing until the faction leaders and heirs of the clans arrived. Sirzex, General situation. General, sir, the enemies have entered through the west side of the city. We estimate about 50,000 enemies, sir. Sirzex, we must counterattack now. Azazel, doesn't that seem strange to you? Michael, what a thing. Azazel, that they carry out an attack like this. According to my informants, the Cows Brigade has evil dragons and a kind of monsters with white faces. But here we only have people of our race. Sirzex, that's true, but for now we have to finish off the enemies. All yes. Thus began the battle between the Underworld Army and the Cows Brigade. Sirzex, General, send the entire army into the streets to kill everyone without restrictions. You can take off your bracelets. General, thank you, sir. Then all the demons started taking off their bracelets. Then the Mao army began to shine, where an immense demonic energy began to be felt. After the blinding light ceased, the army could be seen but with another face and greater power. General, you heard the Mao attacking, the general shouted. All the demons launched themselves against the enemy leaders and heirs against the Cows Brigade. The battle had begun, the demons and leaders killed all the enemies without fear. The battle was being won by the alliance of factions. But in the distance an army of 100,000 was ready to wipe out the alliance. After the leaders and demons finished off the enemies in the city, they were tired and a messenger arrived. Messenger, sir, our spies report that there is an army of 100,000 soldiers from the Cows Brigade 50 kilometers north of the city. Sirzex, we will not resist, they will destroy the city, he said, upset. Azazel, now what do we do? Michael, we must call Issei. Azazel, it's true he could help us. Sirzex, call him quickly. Sirzex, by the way, call Sona and Rias. Sirzex, Grafia. Grafia, Lucifer-sama. Grafia left in a human circle to Qua's Academy. Upon arriving, he searched everywhere for Issei until he found him resting in the courtyard. Grafia, Issei. Issei, Grafia, what are you doing here? Grafia, it's an emergency, please follow me. Issei, sure, let's go. Issei accompanied Grafia to the occult club. Upon entering, he saw Rias sealing some papers. Rias says upon seeing them, "Rias, Grafia 1 Sama, what are you doing here?" Grafia, Rias, the underworld is under attack by the Cows Brigade. Rias, because they didn't tell us, we have to go. Everyone was preparing to go into a magic circle, but Issei stops them. Issei, expect to detect a sum of 4 renegade demons 10 kilometers from here. Rias, Issei, we can't. Issei, Rias, you must go. We cannot let them kill humans. Just calm down. I will take care of the underworld. Rias, no, Issei, you can't go alone. Issei, it's okay. Rias, I won't let you go alone. Issei, it wasn't a quiet question. Rias will be there. At that, all the girls in the club rushed to hug Issei. That's where Sona comes in. Sona, Rias, what's going on? Rias explains the situation to her, and she says, Sona, I see, take care of yourself, Issei. Sona kisses Issei, and everyone else does the same. Issei, take care of yourselves and take care of the situation, please. All hi. At that, Issei was going to teleport, but before he makes a call. Issei, hola Ross. Ross, that's what I'm talking about. Issei, Ross, there is a situation, the underworld is under attack. Ross, what is when? Issei, I'm heading there now. I want you to take care of Rias and Sona. Ross, okay. Issei, thanks, tell Rukia to be alert. I don't like this attack at all, it's too weird. Ross, I understand, we'll be watching. Issei, thank you. Ross, Issei, be careful. Issei, don't worry, I'll be fine. Ross, take care, I love you. Issei, thank you. In that, both hang. Issei, alright, let's go. They both teleported in a magic circle. In the underworld, the army was about to enter the city, but the leaders and demons held them back at the entrance. Leaders, resist. General, hold on. In that, a magic circle appears from where Issei and Grafia come out. Issei, boy, they're having a bad time. All Issei. Issei, I was resting, well, it's time to get back to work. He sees the situation and says, Issei, some ice would be great. Nobody understood what he was saying. At that, Issei screams, Hi Renmaru. Issei appears in a different outfit with a cape behind him. Issei immediately created a huge ice barrier. Issei, well, this will stop them for now. Surzex, it's good that you arrived in time, we wouldn't have lasted any longer. Issei, calm down now, how many are there? Sigvera, there are 100,000 enemy soldiers. Issei, wow, there are quite a few, it will take time. Azazel, but there's something that doesn't add up. Issei saw him interested. Issei, that would be. Azazel, according to information from my spies, they are not their strongest warriors. They have evil dragons and creatures with white masks. Issei, those creatures are hollows, but don't kill them if they have a collar, just cut their collar. If they don't have one, cut them in half, attack the head. Michael, how do you know that? Issei, I'll explain later, first we have to finish them off. At that point, everyone rushes into battle. Chapter 21, The Supernatural Uncovered Part 2. The battle in the underworld had started, the alliance against the enemies. The battle was being easily won by the alliance as Issei froze them all. Issei, I have to speed things up. Azazel, what are you talking about? Issei doesn't respond, but then the cold that was before begins to drop more degrees. Issei, Bankei. Then a pillar of ice rises to the heavens. The ice melts, and from there comes out an Issei with all his limbs covered in ice, with wings and a dragon tail. Issei, Daiguren Hyarenmaru. Issei, Cadence, it's time to release my power. With that said, Issei began to fly towards the army, killing everyone who crossed his path. At that point, he was in the middle of the army and began to prepare his attack. Issei, freeze the heavens, Hyarenmaru. An ice dragon emerged from Issei's sword and began to kill all the enemies that crossed its path. Issei, this is going to take time, but we have to continue. Meanwhile at the academy. Rias, well, Issei told us that within 10 kilometers there are 4 renegade demons that we have to finish off. Sona, let's go, dry and dry. The 2 entourages set out to kill those demons. Rias, they are in that factory. Sona, let's go. Upon entering the factory they encounter the 4 demons. Time skip 10 minutes. The entourage could be seen leaving the factory somewhat tired. Sona, well done guys, you've become strong. Rias, you guys are also doing well. All thank you. Rias, okay, let's go back to the academy. The entourage returned to the academy, and each one had gone to their club or their classroom when an explosion was heard at the entrance of the academy. Rias, what was that? She and her entire entourage immediately went out to see what happened. When they arrived, they saw Sona looking at the entrance. Seeing what was at the entrance, he was surprised since in the academy and in the city there were supernatural beings attacking humans. There were evil dragons, fallen angels, demons and hollows attacking Qu. Rias, but what have they done? She said, scared. Students, run. They all started running, some inside the academy, others outside of it. Rias, atone. Sona, laughter we do. Rias, I don't know, this is the worst possible scenario. Sona, we need to contact the underworld and notify the leaders. Rias, yes Zenobia, you will go to inform the underworld. Sona, you won't go alone, Momo will go with you. Rias/Sona, everyone else take the students and teachers inside the academy. Rias and Sona looked at each other and nodded, but then a hollow was about to attack them. Sakitos, Bucho/Kaicho Griter and Pero. Rukia, no Shiryuki. The hollow ends up frozen from the feet to the middle of the body. Rias/Sona, Rukia. Rukia, I'm glad you arrived on time. Ross, things got ugly, the situation is bad. Asami, how could they do this? Goro, now all humans know about the supernatural. Sarah, we must evacuate the students first. At that everyone moved. Rukia, to confront these things, aim at their heads and break them. If they are wearing collars, don't kill them because they are being controlled. Ross, damn, we can handle enemies from the academy, but what about the city? Then a voice is heard. Don't worry, the voice said. There appears a light. In that appears Odin, Thor, Loki, Archak, and the army of Asgard. Ross, Odin-sama. Thor, you didn't think they would fight alone, did you? Rias, Thor said it shadily. Archak, all of Asgard is here. Rukia, hello Archak. Loki, where is Issei? Ross, he had to go to the underworld which is under attack. Sona, Odin-sama, you have to go there. Odin, don't worry little demon, I think Issei is more than enough to finish them off. Odin, now soldiers of Asgard, this battle will remain in the history books. This battle is not like any other. After this battle we will be known throughout the human world, so whoever is with me. All the warriors scream. Odin, attack! Everyone started heading towards the city against the Cow's brigade. Odin, we must go too. The gods nodded and also went to the city. Rias, we have to help the students find shelter. Rukia, we'll cover for them. In a classroom there were 2 male and 2 female students. These were Matsuda, Motohama and Murayama and Kates. Matsuda, what are those things? Motohama, I don't know, but we have to get out of here. Murayama, what's happening? The city is also being attacked. Kates, now what do we do? Motohama, first you have to stay calm. But then a hollow appears. Hollow, well, what do we have here? Chapter 22, The Supernatural Uncovered Part 3. Hollow, boy, do we have some lonely souls here? Matsuda, run. Hollow, they won't be able to escape from me. Motohama, Matsuda, let's split up. You go with Murayama, I'll go with Kates. Matsuda, understood, let's go. They both separate to escape the hollow. Hollow, don't hide, I'm going to find you pathetic humans. Matsuda, Murayama, when I tell you to run, I'll distract him. Murayama, No Matsuda ever sees a mutar. Matsuda, solo by Murayama. Then he leaves the room and sees the hollow. Matsuda, hey there you creep. Hollow, go don't run. Matsuda ran through the hallways until he reached the academy's soccer field where he had nowhere else to go. Hollow, wow, it seems you have nowhere else to go. It's time. After eating you I will eat that girl, but first I will torture her. Matsuda, thought here I'm going to die. Seriously, I'm going to let that damn monster kill Murayama. I can't be stronger, he said while shouting. Unknown voice, you want to be stronger? Matsuda, who's there? Sato, my name is Yasutora Sato. Matsuda, where are we? Sato, we are in your mind now. Answer me, you want strength? Matsuda, yes, I want strength. Sato, what would you use that force for? Matsuda, to protect those I love. Sato just smiles. Out of Matsuda's mind. Hollow, it's time to die, human. The hollow had thrown a fist towards him, but before it hit he grabbed it with his hand. Hollow, but what? Matsuda, I don't even know how strong I am now, but with this I will protect Murayama and finish you off. At that the hollow launches itself against him again. Hollow, damn human dies. Matsuda, right arm. Eliminating the hollow, leaving no trace of it. At that point someone taps him on the shoulder. He was going to hit again, but he realized it was Murayama. Matsuda, we settled. Murayama, what happened to your arm? Matsuda, I don't know, but I feel stronger. Matsuda, well, we have to go. If we don't stay here any longer, everyone will attack us. With Motohama. Motohama, run Kates, run. Kates, there's a warehouse there, let's go in there. They both entered, but there was a gap. Hollow, look what we have here. Motohama, Kates runs, escapes. They both run away with the hollow chasing them. Kates slips and falls to the ground. Motohama quickly helps her up. Motohama sees a room that was empty. Motohama, Kates, I want you to hide and not come out no matter what you hear. Kates, no Motohama, that thing can get you. Motohama, I know, but I'd rather be me than you. Kates was crying. Hollow, get out of wherever you are. Motohama, hide and don't come out. Motohama closes the door and sees the hollow approaching. Motohama, come this way, you bastard. He called the hollow's attention to follow him somewhere else. The hollow was chasing him for 10 minutes until they reached the rooftop where Motohama was trapped. Hollow, you have nowhere to run now, little one, your time has come. Motohama, this is how I'm going to die. I'm going to die this way. I'm going to be killed by someone like him. Unknown voice, you want power, you want to win, you want to protect her. Motohama, yes, I want to protect her. Unknown voice, then my power is yours. In the shadows it appears. Ishida, my name is Yuryu Ishida and I am a Quincy. Outside of Motohama's mind the hollow was about to bite him, but before he could do so it disappears and appears behind him. Motohama, I see you're not very smart to face me. In his hand he releases a cross. Then a light blinds the hollow, and when the light disappears, Motohama is seen with a bow. Hollow, and you are a Quincy, he said nervously. Motohama, wow, it seems you know what I am, but that doesn't matter anymore. At that Motohama shoots an arrow and kills the hollow. Motohama, no service or training. Motohama, I have to go see Kates. Motohama returns to the room where Kates was hiding. He opens the door and finds a frightened Kates. Motohama, don't worry, it's me. Kates, without thinking, throws herself at him. Kates, why did you leave like that? She said it while shedding some tears. He just hugged her to comfort her. Motohama, hey Kates, we have to look for Matsuda and Murayama. Kates stopped crying and nodded. They both went to meet Matsuda and Murayama. When they found them, they saw that they were hugging each other. Motohama, cough cough. Matsuda and Murayama parted, blushing. Matsuda, good to see you all doing well. But that's where Motohama and Matsuda began to shine. In both of their minds. Motohama, What happened? Matsuda, I don't know, but I think they know. Ishida, I see you've made your decisions. Sato, they were good decisions. Motohama, what happened because we started to shine out of nowhere? Matsuda, can you explain it to us? Ishida, the thing is, they are our reincarnations. Both, they're that. Sato, reincarnations. Ishida, we will explain to them and tell them our story. So they both told them how together they saved Rukia, how they fought together in Hueco Mundo, and how they died of old age. Ishida, and they are shining because they will take our appearances and join you. Motohama, it's an incredible story. Matsuda, we're going to be the best and make them proud. Sato/Ishida, we hope so. Outside, the glow ended and Motohama and Matsuda could be seen in different appearances. Murayama/Kates, what happened to them? Motohama and Matsuda explained everything to them. They were blushing. At that point, an evil dragon was about to attack them, but then Rukia appeared and split it in half. Rukia, they're fine. But Rukia sees their faces and she smiles. Rukia, I see you too. Motohama, that's right, but where's Ichigo? Rukia, he's in the underworld in a battle. I think he doesn't know this situation yet. Matsuda, where are the other students? Rukia, we're sheltering them in the gym until this is over. Motohama, inform me of the situation, Rukia. Rukia, the hollows that have collars are being controlled. Just cut their collars and they will go to the hollow world. Matsuda/Motohama, understood. In that, Rukia takes them to Rias, who is in the gym. Rias, there are more around here. Asia. Asia, I'm going. Sona, Matsuda. Motohama, I'm glad you're okay. Rias, you know them. Sona. Sona, yes, they are Issei's friends and they are in his music club. Rias, I see. Asia, Murayama Kates immediately cured them. Asia began to heal them and the students asked what was happening. Rias explained to them that it was an attack by supernatural beings, but no one believed her until she took out her demon wings and all the students got scared because they thought she was going to kill them. Rias, calm down, we are demons but we will not kill them as they would. We protect the underworld and the human world. Well, now the three factions. In that, they explained to them everything that was happening, how they were under attack and how they were demons. Rukia, Rias, do you think Zenobia and Tsubaki have already arrived in the underworld? Rias, I don't know, I just hope they don't take long. 1 hour later. In the underworld. A pile of corpses could be seen on the ground, lying on the leaders and tired armies, and a Issei standing with his ice wings. Issei, we're finally done. Everyone starts shouting in victory, but then a magic circle appears from which Zenobia and Tsubaki come out a little hurt. Issei, Zenobia, Tsubaki, que paso? Surzex, and my sister. Serafal, and Sona. Zenobia, tired the cows brigade. Issei, what happened to them? Tsubaki, they are attacking the city of Kuo. At that they both faint. Issei, damn, I knew something wasn't right about this. Surzex, those bastards showed themselves to the human world. Azazel, so that was why. Michael, now everyone knows about the supernatural. Issei, we'll fix that later. First we have to end the threat. We have to go now. All, let's go. In this they create a huge magic circle that takes them all to the human world. Upon arrival, you can see a damaged academy and a city on fire. Issei, damn it, look for everyone. Everyone splits up to look for them, but Issei is seen walking through the school forest where he finds everyone lying on the floor with wounds and burns. The only one standing was Rukia, who was weak. Issei, Rukia said it while shouting. Rukia, Issei, you finally arrived, I said it weakly. Issei, Rukia, what a step. 1 hour ago. Rias, I don't know, I just hope they don't take long. At that the door opens showing the Asgardians. Odin, it was difficult but we managed to finish off the city's enemies. Thor, it was a good warm-up. Loki, it wasn't very complicated. Archak, We managed to get everyone to an underground shelter. Rias, what a relief, this is almost over. Rukia, if the hollows that were controlled are also returning to Hueco Mundo. Sona, only missing. But then an explosion is heard in the gym, and a dark-skinned man is seen. Unknown, well, we have more prisoners here. There was an overwhelming power that made everyone alert. Thor, who are you? Identify yourself. Unknown, my name is Agnologia and I am the last thing you will see. Rias, Asia, stay inside to heal the wounded. In that Thor, Odin, Archak and Loki pounce on him, taking him out of the gym. In that Rias and everyone except Asia come out. Motohama and Matsuda also came out. Of course Murayama and Kates were very worried. Motohama, Rukia, you can create a barrier with Kidu. Rukia just made the barrier and they went after the guy. Agnologia, la, this is gonna be fun watching them die. Rias, we won't die because I have people I love. Motohama, we won't die because I have people to take care of. All, we will not die today. Everyone charges at Agnologia. Current time. Issei, Rukia, who did this to you? Agnologia, it was me. At that Issei looks at the sky and sees a black dragon with blue. Issei, Agnologia was serious. Agnologia, wow, it seems you know me, brat. Issei, of course, since I am the brother of Igneel, the Fire Dragon King. Agnologia, wow, if you're his brother, show me what you've got. Issei quickly gathered all those who were unconscious and injured. And he healed them with his dragon flame. Rias, what happened? She said, standing up. Sona, I don't know. In that everyone sees Issei with a green fire healing them. All Issei. Issei, sorry for the delay, now stay here. In that Issei kisses everyone, Ross, Rukia, Rias, Sona, Akeno, Kaneko, Zenobia. After kissing them they are all seen blushing. Issei, Cadence here will finish soon. Issei begins to expel smoke from his body until he begins to grow and transform. Chapter 23, The Supernatural Uncovered, final part. Issei was transformed into a dragon and was staring at Agnologia. Rukia, wow, this is the first time I've seen him like that. Ross, it's very strong, and you don't know how much. Rias, it's good that you are with us. Issei, let's end this, Agnologia. Agnologia, I couldn't agree more. They both throw themselves at each other. Issei, you dared to hurt them, it's time for you to die. Agnologia, let's see if you can do it. Issei lunges at him again. Issei, Fist of the Fire Dragon King. Agnologia flies to the ground and Issei throws another fist of fire at him, damaging him further. Agnologia, damn dragon, die. Agnologia launches his destruction attack. Issei easily dodges it, leaving Agnologia off guard, and Issei launches his attack. Issei 0. Agnologia received the attack directly, causing an explosion. After the explosion, an Agnologia could be seen on the ground with wounds and burned body parts. Issei, this is it, Agnologia. Agnologia, he was defeated, you are the best candidate for king. Issei, I don't want to be king, I just need my family and people I love. Agnologia disappears in trails of light. Issei, wherever you go, Agnologia, rest in peace. Then Issei landed and was detransforming. Issei, that was troublesome, they're fine. At that point they all threw themselves at Issei, asking him if he was okay, and if he needed to be healed. But then someone pierces his chest from behind. At that everyone gets scared because he had a hole in his chest, then they notice who did that, and they see Shin. Goro, why are you doing this, son? Asami, because you killed your brother, they said it crying. Shin, ha ha ha, I was finally able to get rid of that trash, hopefully it never gets up again, ha ha ha. They were all crying, the leaders were upset, but in that. Issei, I'm sorry to break your illusion, Shin. Everyone was surprised as Issei's open chest closed again. Shin, damn you, because you never die, what do I have to do to kill you? Issei, I'm sorry brother, but it's not my time yet, besides I have to make the people I love happy and meet others. Shin, damn. At that point, Issei appears behind him and punches him in the stomach, sending him flying and crashing into a wall. Issei, look what dead families did to the city in flames. Don't you care about the innocent? Shin, they are just pawns that should serve us. Issei, I wanted to save you, brother, but you are beyond saving. Issei had taken out his Zanpakuto, and then he looks at his parents nervously, and sadly at the same time. They look at him and get sad and nod crying. Issei was going to end Shin's life, but a girl appears with speed and moves him 20 meters away from Issei. Issei Inoue. Inoue, Shin is fine. Shin was unresponsive as he was unconscious. Without answering, Inoue takes Shin away in a magic circle. Issei, damn, one day we will end this brotherly fight. Issei turns to look at them and sees that everyone was fine with that. He just smiles and approaches his parents and hugs them. Surzex, it's all over at last. Issei, not yet. In SO Issei USA Bank of Higher Inmaru and USA Technology. Issei, Hayatan Hayakaso. In the clouds, snow began to fall, and upon contact with the flames, they were extinguished, so the city that was on fire stopped being on fire. Now only an almost destroyed city could be seen. Issei began to glow in green fire that spread throughout the city. No one knew what was happening, they were terrified, but in that they felt warmth and saw how their wounds were healing. Michael, Issei, what did you do? Issei, I cured everyone in the city, but I can't revive the dead no matter how hard I try. The real problem is that now everyone knows that the supernatural exists, and now everyone has to do something about it and talk to the leaders. Azazel, this is going to take time and paperwork. Issei just laughs like everyone else and looks at Matsuda and Motohama. Issei, so in the end Ishida and Chad were reincarnated. Ishida, better not say anything, Kurosaki, since you were the first. Chad just smiles with his thumb up. Rias, what are they talking about reincarnation? Sona, there are many things you are not telling us, Issei. Issei, I'll tell you at the next meeting you have after talking to the country representatives. Hours skipped 1 month. 1 month had passed since the attack on the city of Kwa. The Alliance spoke with the representatives of each country. It must be said that people were scared when they found out about the supernatural. But once the leaders of the Alliance spoke to the world, they said that they would protect them from them, to the human world and the supernatural. They formed an alliance to fight the Cows Brigade. Issei could be seen at home in the living room watching television, when all of Issei's girls came in since they had gone to the mall. Rukia, Issei, we're back. Rias, we're here, Issei. Issei, I'm in the living room. They all go to the living room and see him watching television. All the girls approach him and kiss him tenderly and lovingly. Issei, how did it go? Sona, it was fun. Note: Sona and her entire entourage lived in Issei's house. Kiba began a relationship with Tsubaki and Saji with Momo and Ruruko. Classes were suspended due to the attack on the city. Obviously, the Supernaturals helped rebuild the city, and now the Supernaturals can study in academies around the world. Rias, by the way, Issei, in a week there will be a meeting with the entire alliance. Issei, perfect, time to tell the whole truth and recruit new allies. Rukia, Issei, by chance. Issei, yes, after the meeting we will go to the Soul Society and talk to the Godai 13. Apart from that, they must be crazy looking for you. You've been out of there for 2 months. Rukia, that's true. Issei, also, I must introduce myself to your brother, he said while sweating. They all laughed at how Issei felt. Chapter 24 Alliance Meeting and Acceptance. 1 week had passed since Issei was told what the meeting was going to be. Right now he was in a meeting room in the Japanese government where the faction meeting was going to take place. Surzex, well, let the meeting begin. Michael, I agree. U.S. President, wait a moment, Surzex, what is that boy doing here? He said this while pointing at Issei, who was sitting with the leaders. President of China, he doesn't have to be involved in an adult matter. Issei's girls were furious at how they referred to their beloved. Azazel, he is the one who stopped the attack on Kwa City. Odin, besides being the hero of Asgard. Surzex, he is also a hero in the underworld. US President, I'm sorry I offended you. Issei, don't worry, I knew something like this would happen, but now the meeting begins. Azazel, well, here we are because we have decided to sign a peace treaty with the humans. US President, people in all countries still don't trust the supernatural. President of Japan, besides, now that we know that they have renegades, how are we going to kill them if we only have simple policemen without any power? Azazel, don't worry, they will get used to it over time, and with respect to the renegades, Issei had an idea. At that, everyone turns to look at Issei. Issei, what I was thinking is that the supernaturals go to each defense department. They have to train them so they can defend themselves when they encounter a supernatural being. President of Mexico, it's a good idea, but what are you asking for in return? I don't think this alliance will be free. Issei, they are right. I talked to the leaders and it is true that we can reincarnate humans into demons and other races. All the presidents look at him curiously. Issei, but we won't force anyone to be reincarnated, and as for what we're asking for, we want mineral materials. President of England, I think that's fine. Issei, I also have an idea that would benefit both of us. President of Korea, and that would be what it is. Issei, that human and supernatural scientists come together to improve weapons, medicine, vaccines, objects, whatever. US President, I think it's a good idea so we can move forward on everything. Everyone agreed on that. Azazel speaks to Issei. Azazel, whispering Issei, aren't you going to tell him about the other thing? Issei, it's not the time. At that, everyone sees that the two of them were whispering. President of Japan, excuse me, but what are you talking about? Azazel, why Issei Loven? Issei, it's nothing. President of Mexico, calm down kid, talk if it's an idea you can help us. Issei, it's not an idea, it's more like a dream. Surzek, what do you mean Issei? Issei, I'll start with the beginning. Humans think that demons are bad and angels are good. That's what I imagine they think now, but it's not like that. I know demons with a big heart. Yes, there are also demons that kill, but they are no longer part of the underworld. The underworld is full of good-hearted demons. Renegades no longer belong to the underworld. Issei looks at Rias, and she looks at him with a smile. Issei, now if this is signed we will have problems with the church. Michael, because with the Issei church. Issei, Michael, you should know that the church has been doing what it wanted for years. They think that angels and God are the good guys and that demons have to be exterminated. I think you know more than anyone that angels are not entirely good since they can fall. That's where fallen angels are born. They experimented on children to make them loyal to the church and exterminate the demons. Michael, that's true, but when I found out about this I ordered all experiments to be cancelled. Issei, yes it is true, but humans are stubborn and you know it. Michael just clicked his tongue. US President, that doesn't tell us what your dream is, young Issei. Issei, my dream is that humans and supernatural beings can live together. President of Japan, that would be impossible. Humans now fear the supernatural. Issei, I'm not saying it's momentary, but for a long time we've been apart from each other, causing humans to fight their own problems. President of Russia, I think the boy has a point. The presidents look at each other. President of Japan, well, we'll see that later. President of England, yes, for now what are we going to do about the Cows Brigade? When the president mentioned the name, everyone became more serious than usual. Surzex, what we know so far is that they have not reappeared until now. We also know that they have laboratories and bases all over the world. Azazel, according to our spies, they have more than 15 million soldiers at their disposal, including evil dragons, fallen angels, renegade demons, and hollows. US President, wait, it's the hollows. Michael, they are not from this dimension. President of Mexico, wait, they are saying that there are more dimensions. How is it possible? Azazel, we don't know how the dimensions originated. We only know that there are other lands with different things. He is one of them. He said, pointing at Issei. All rights reserved. Issei, those creatures called hollows were from my dimension. President of Russia, wait, young man, could you explain to us how it is that you are from another dimension? Issei, well, I am from this dimension, but I am the reincarnation of another person and I have the power of others. President of Korea, could you please explain? Issei, my name is Haida Issei, but I am also Ichigo Kurosaki, substitute Soul Reaper. President of Japan, and how come these creatures are here? Issei, we don't know how, but the Cow's Brigade is bringing enemies from other dimensions. The dragon I faced in the city was from a different dimension than my predecessor. President of Russia, how we kill the hollows. Issei, don't kill everyone, there are hollows that have a collar implanted in their neck. Those who have the collar are being controlled by the Cow's Brigade. President of England, we understand, but what do we do with those who don't have a collar? Issei, with whatever weapon you have, shoot them in the face until the mask breaks, only then will they disappear. Everyone nodded. President of Mexico, and who is the leader of this organization? Azazel. His name is Rizavim Lucifer, he is the son of the original Lucifer. We also have the names of other people, we have Euclid Lucifuge, there are also the children of the Mao's Shalba Kateria who freed her from her confinement, a certain Rinji Abarai. Rukia hearing this clenched her fists, but Issei saw her and took her hand, to which she smiled. Azazel, and finally there is Shin Haidu. President of Russia, wait, you said Haidu? Excuse me, young Issei, is he a relative of yours? Issei, he's my brother. Everyone was surprised when they heard that. US President, I think it would be best if you didn't confront him, you couldn't fight with everything you've got. Issei, calm down, I already made a decision, I gave him the chance to redeem himself but he didn't take it, the last time I see him will be the last. Everyone was surprised except Issei's family, they just lowered their heads. Issei, well, if that's all, why don't you sign? After 10 minutes everyone had signed the peace treaty between the supernatural and humans. President of Mexico, that would be all, but what will we do about the dimensions? If they continue bringing more and more soldiers, they will beat us. Issei, calm down if they bring soldiers because we do not make an alliance between dimensions. President of Japan, what do you mean, Issei? Issei, I think it's time to bring back some old friends. President of Russia, when will they come? Issei, if everything goes well, they will come in 1 week. President of England, I think it's good that the more we are, the better. So everyone left the meeting room. When they left, a lot of people and cameramen and journalists were waiting for them outside, so the presidents and leaders with Issei and the others went up to a podium and the presidents spoke. US President, good afternoon everyone, we have something important to tell the entire world. President of Russia, a week ago there was an attack on the Japanese city of Kuo, but some people defended the city and saved the people. President of Japan, we know that you are afraid of what these people are capable of doing, but just as there were people who attacked us. President of England, there were people who defended us and gave their lives for us. President of Mexico, these people fought against the things that attacked us, and today we reveal that supernatural beings exist. President of Japan, yes, we know that they are afraid, but we have talked to them and seen them up close, and they are not only people with powers, but also good people. President of Korea, there are evils in this world, but there are also people who fight against these evils, so now we tell you that we signed a peace treaty with supernatural beings to support each other. In this, reporters and journalists were asking for real evidence that what they were saying was true. Issei went ahead of them and took the microphone. Issei, calm down, we know you have doubts, we know you are afraid that something might happen to you, so that is why the supernatural will help the humans and we will provide you with information about each supernatural being, and I repeat, do not be afraid. We will do everything possible so that humans and supernatural beings can live in peace and quiet. But in that a giant stone was about to hit the people, but Issei quickly takes out his sword and destroys the stone with the movement of the sword. At that moment the air became hot and small tremors began to be felt. Issei, something is coming. In the sky there was a kind of giant snake with wings coming down. Issei, Apophis. Apophis, ha 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 ha, it seems you know me. Issei, the evil dragon of Egyptian tyranny. Apophis, if you know me you'll know what I'm capable of, so get ready because the Cows Brigade sent everyone to me. People were crouching and trembling. Issei, let's do this somewhere else. Apophis, ha ha ha, calm down, we shouldn't bother people, and I don't think you'll do anything to me. Issei quickly begins to release smoke from his body and begins to transform into his dragon form. Issei kicks Apophis and carries him away from the place towards some mountains. With the presidents and leaders. President of Korea, what was that thing? Azazel, it is Apophis the evil dragon. U.S. President, the Cows Brigade sent him. Surzek, yes. At that point, you can hear some soldiers on the radio. Hydra 1, Mr. President, we have both targets in our sights, we are shooting. They said the same thing to the other presidents. Michael, you better withdraw your soldiers from the place. Issei can handle it alone. Russian President, but if we don't help him, he could die. Surzek, you better pull them back before they end up in the crossfire. The presidents listened and brought out their soldiers. Michael, Azazel sends a drone so he can see what they say and do. Azazel only ordered one of his soldiers to send a drone. The drone had arrived where Issei and Apophis were. Apophis, how did you do that? Issei, I'm faster than you. Apophis cursed. Apophis launches himself at Issei at full speed, but Issei, seeing him, simply dodges him and throws a fist wrapped in fire at him. Issei, Fist of the Fire Dragon King. Apophis couldn't dodge the attack and received it head-on, burying him in the ground and causing a huge cloud of dust. As the dust cloud dissipated, a wounded and bloody Apophis could be seen. Apophis, what was that damn thing? Issei, last chance, surrender or die, he said coldly. Apophis, I will never fall for someone like you. Apophis throws a large flame at him. That flame hits Issei, but when the fire disappeared, Issei was intact. Apophis, how is it possible that you are? Issei, someone you can't kill no matter how much you want to. Apophis, even more annoyed, begins to release even more heat. Apophis, no one has ever made me use this form before, so feel honored. Issei, nobody can take away your arrogance, right? Apophis, I'll make you eat those words. Apophis once again launched himself against Issei, but now he was faster. Issei, thinking he's faster and his attacks are stronger. Apophis continued to attack Issei with tail strikes and headbutts. Apophis, now that you're damned, you're nothing more than an insect to me. Issei, well, I think it's time I show you what terror is. Issei in his dragon form began to release even more heat than Apophis. Apophis, what is this heat? Issei, you don't know, right? We dragons are power, and to reveal our full potential we don't need to train more but to have a purpose, and mine is to protect everyone from unfortunate people like you. Issei at a speed that no one could see positioned himself next to Apophis, connecting a blow to his jaw that sent him to the ground. Apophis, what magic is that? Issei, ancient magic, magic that my brother taught me, my magic is Dragon's Slayer. Apophis, dragon-killing magic impossible, no one has that magic. Issei, what you think doesn't matter to me now, this is my final attack. Issei began to increase his heat even more, but this time the fire he expelled became increasingly red with black pieces. The energy he expelled began to grow more, and horns began to grow from his head. And from the middle of its horns an enormous power was accumulated. And Apophis couldn't move from fear, he was trembling, and then Issei launched his attack. Issei Sarah. Apophis received the attack. Apophis, damn you, Haidu Issei. Apophis disappeared into particles. Issei, goodbye Apophis, I hope in another life you can do the right thing. Issei was returning to the center of Japan still in his dragon form. When he arrived he detransformed before coming down. When he got down he heard applause and shouts saying, "Hero, thank you for saving us." Issei, what a step. Azazel, well, you see, we sent a drone to see everything that was happening. Issei, I understand. The crowd continued to applaud. Azazel, I think someone will become famous in the world. Issei, I don't want to be famous, I want to live peacefully after this. Issei saw the empty podium and approached. Issei, thank you, but I'm not doing it for applause or admiration. I'm doing it because it's the right thing to do, so I ask you not to be afraid of us. We will not hurt you, but there are people who want us to be their slaves, but we will not allow it. Together we are stronger because of the human and the supernatural. Crowd, for humans and the supernatural. That day the humans had accepted that they would not be alone in this war, that the supernatural would help them and together they would have victory. Chapter 25 Reunion and New Allies. At the end of the meeting, everyone had gone home. Issei, Father, Mother, I have something to tell you. Asami, what is it, son? Issei, I'm going to go to the dimension I come from for a while. I don't know how long it will take, but I have to convince them to help us. Goru, how long will you be gone, son? Issei, I don't know, I'll tell Sona to help me with the academy. Sarah, you'll go alone, brother. Issei, no, Ross and Rukia will accompany me this time. Garu, I see then, carefully, son. Issei, Father will tend it. Issei left his house with Ross and Rukia. Issei, yesterday I called Sona, she will help me at the academy, now they are ready. Ross/Rukia, yes. At that Issei opens the throat. Issei, let's go. Ross, see. Rukia, how do you know how to open a throat, Issei? Issei, it was a while ago, I'll tell you how later. Issei, Ross and Rukia cross the gorge to go to another dimension. As she leaves the throat, Rukia realizes that they were in Hueco Mundo. Rukia, Issei, why are we in Hueco Mundo? We weren't going to Soul Society. Ross, this place is too big. Issei, it is, but we will go faster with weight. Rukia, you taught Ross our techniques. Rukia, if you know the basics. Issei, well then we'll go with Shunpa. The three of them began to teleport with Shunpa through Hueco Mundo until they reached Halibel's fortress. Rukia, Issei, what are we doing at Halibel Fortress? Issei, the Soul Society is not the only one we need in this war. If we ask for help it will be from everyone. Rukia, I understand. At that the doors open revealing Grimjow. Issei, Grimjow, I need to talk to Halibel. Grimjow, yes, she is waiting for you. Issei had returned to his orange hair. Issei, Rukia and Ross had entered a large room where Halibel was. Halibel, what brings you here? Kurosaki Ichigo. Ichigo, Halibel, I come to make an alliance between all of us for the approaching war. Halibel, because I would have to accept. Ichigo, there are hollows captured and controlled by these guys and I don't want to kill them. Halibel was not surprised upon hearing that since she knew that hollows were disappearing even more than normal. Ichigo, but it seems that you already knew that, right? Halibel, a long time ago a group of strangers were on the Plain of Nights trying to capture and take hollows away to prevent them from being taken away, but apparently they entered the Jillian forest. Ichigo, we have to do something or they will continue taking more and more hollows. Halibel, well, I agree with this alliance. Hollow World enters the alliance. Ichigo, thanks, I'm going to retire to Soul Society. Ichigo, Rukia, and Ross retreated from Halibel's palace. Rukia, Ichigo, why didn't we go to Soul Society first? Ichigo, because I can't create a throat there, I had to come to Hueco Mundo first. Ross, what will Soul Society be like? Ichigo, last time I was there I almost got killed. Ross, okay, let's go. Rukia, when will we talk to my brother Ichigo? Ichigo, when we finish the meeting with the Captain Commander. Ichigo, Rukia and Ross crossed the gorge towards the Soul Society. Ichigo was a little nervous on the way. Rukia, what's wrong, Ichigo? Ichigo, after a while of not seeing my family, my sisters and my father, I feel a little nervous. Ross, don't worry, I'm sure they'll be very happy to see you. Rukia, they were sad when they found out about your death. Isshin had to tell your sisters everything, from the fact that you were a Shinigami to how you died. Ichigo, I see. Ross, we're almost there. Ichigo, how do you know? Ross, there's a light there. Ichigo sees, and they were almost reaching the Soul Society. By crossing the gorge you can see a different place. Ichigo, wow, it's bigger than I remember. Rukia, you weren't here for 4,000 years, remember that time passes differently here. Ichigo, it's true, I almost forgot. Ross, it's beautiful. Rukia, there have been many changes since you died, Ichigo said melancholy. Ichigo, don't worry, I don't plan on moving away from you or anyone else, not again. I love you and the others. Ichigo approaches both of them and gives them a kiss. Ross/Rukia, we love you, Ichigo. Ichigo, and it's time for you to go. They both left the gorge to head to the city, but then a group of Shinigamis appeared. Rukia, it's the punishment squad. Squad leader, who are you? Identify yourselves. Rukia, calm down, I'm the captain of Squad 13, Rukia Kachiki. Squad leader, Captain Kachiki, we thought you were kidnapped since Aizen escaped and you disappeared. At that moment a woman and two women appeared between them. Rukia, Captain Soifan Yorichi. Soifang, Captain Kachiki, where has she been? Yorichi, Rukia disappeared, so it happened. At that Yorichi looks behind Rukia and sees Ichigo, at which point she starts to shed tears. Yorichi, Ichigo. Ichigo rubbing his head. Ichigo, hello Yorichi, it's been a while, it seems you kept your promise. Yorichi, that's what I promise you. But then Yorichi throws herself on top of Ichigo, knocking him down and bringing her mouth closer to his. Then they kiss him, but Rukia separates Yorichi. Rukia, what do you think you're doing, Yorichi, and what promise are you talking about? Yorichi, I promised that I would take care of you and that I wouldn't let you die with my life. Rukia, and why did you kiss him? Yorichi, because I always loved him. He started crying. Ichigo, Yorichi. Yorichi, ever since I met you I did it, I always did it when you died. After that I was upset and furious with myself for not confessing my feelings to you, then I decided to look for your soul. I thought you would reach the Soul Society, but it wasn't like that. I looked for you but I didn't find you. Then I remembered your promise to protect Rukia with my life, and that's what I tried to do. Flashback. We see an Ichigo on the ground with many wounds and spitting blood. Ishida, Kurosaki resists. Chad, hold on Ichigo. Rukia, you have to resist Ichigo. Ichigo, sorry guys, this is the end for me. Ichigo, thanks for everything Urahara. Urahara was unbelievably shedding some tears. Urahara, I'm sorry Kurosaki, if I had stopped Aizen earlier you wouldn't be here. Ichigo, relax, you were the one who trained me and made me able to rescue Rukia. Thanks to you, we were able to stop several threats to both worlds. In a flash Yorichi appears. Yorichi, Ichigo, everything ended, Aizen is there but he realizes that he was on the ground and with many injuries. Yorichi, Ichigo, are you okay? What happened? Ichigo, this is the price for the power I obtained. Yorichi, no, where is Unohana? Call her. But he sees that Unohana was standing to the side with the other captains. Yorichi, Unohana, you have to. But she only sheds a couple of tears. Yorichi, Ichigo, no you can't. Ichigo, calm down, it's not your fault, come closer Yorichi. Yorichi approaches Ichigo and he tells her. Ichigo, I want you to take care of Rukia for me please, you know how hasty she is in doing things. Yorichi, I will, but first we have to heal you. Ichigo, it's too late for me Yorichi. Yorichi, no, don't say that Ichigo. Ichigo, calm down Yorichi, I hope in another life I can reciprocate what you feel, I'm sorry I can't do it now. Yorichi, you knew. Ichigo, ever since you kissed me that night while we were sleeping there, I knew. Yorichi, one day. Ichigo, please don't hate me Yorichi. Ichigo began to glow and disappear. Ichigo, thank you all and to you Rukia for stopping the rain inside me. Finally Ichigo disappeared into particles of light. Yorichi, one ga. End of flashback. Ichigo, I'm sorry Yorichi, I didn't want you to go through that. Yorichi, I won't let you leave my side again. Soifan, Kurosaki Ichigo, You're the one who's been making Lady Yoruchi cry. Soifun was about to attack Ichigo, but Yoruchi stopped him. Yoruchi, Soifun, what have I told you about your behavior? Soifang, I lament this, Lady Yoruchi. Ichigo, I'm not going to do it again, Soifun, not again. As I promised in another life I would make you happy, and I will do it of course if Rukia and Ross agree. Rukia, if she is willing to share us. Yoruchi, like sharing you. Ichigo, I am a dragon, I am polygamous by nature. Yoruchi, but what do you mean, a dragon? Where have you been all this time? Ichigo, that's what I want to explain to everyone. Call a meeting. A war is approaching, I said it seriously. Yoruchi and Soifun look at each other and nod. They call the Death Butterfly to report the meeting at Godai 13. 2 hours later, Ichigo, Ross, and Rukia could be seen outside a room about to be called. Guard, you may enter now. The captains are waiting for you. The doors open and Ichigo, Ross, and Rukia enter. Upon entering, you can see several captains and an old man in the center. Yamamoto, Kurosaki Ichigo. Ichigo, how are you, old man Yamamoto? It's been a while. Yamamoto, we thought you were dead, Kurosaki. Ichigo, yes, but something's happened. Hirako, we have time, Ichigo. Ichigo, Hirako, when did you become captain? Hirako, it's not time to talk about that. Kenpachi, Ichigo fights me. Kensei, this is no time for fighting. Kenpachi, so you want to fight me? Yamamoto, enough, now is not the time to talk about personal things. Ichigo, wait, where Hanakamamura and Yukitake are? Yamamoto, there were some changes, Kurosaki Ichigo. Ichigo, what changes? Yamamoto, new captains were chosen because the previous ones decided to leave their posts to their lieutenant. Ichigo, where are they? Yamamoto, if you want, we can tell you where they are later, but for now, why did you want this meeting? Ichigo, as you know, I died here but my soul left this space and dimension. Kairaku, wait, you said dimension, how is that possible? Ichigo, that's what I'm getting at, we're not the only ones. There are different dimensions with other species, creatures, and races. Tetsu, what kind of species? Ichigo, dragons, demons, fallen angels, spirits, gods, demigods, titans, and more. Soifang, but they are in another dimension that does not affect soul society. Ichigo, that's not true. Tetsu, as you say. Ichigo, when Rukia disappeared and Aizen escaped, he had gone to my dimension, had captured Rukia. It was there in my dimension where I killed him. Yamamoto, like your dimension. Ichigo, when I died here my soul became particles. The idea was to go to the Soul Society, but a portal opened and took me to another place, to a dimension. When I arrived I met other people. The other two gave me their powers, but I merged with the boy's soul and I was reincarnated in him. Yoruchi, that means you're two people at once. Ichigo, no, not anymore. By fusing our souls it made us one. We are Kurosaki Ichigo, but we are also Haida Issei. Byakuya, but how does it affect Soul Society? Ichigo, a group from my dimension has been gathering armies from different dimensions and is kidnapping hollows and controlling them. Yamamoto, that's bad if Halibel thinks that's us. Ichigo, calm down, I already talked to her, she's aware of the situation. Yamamoto, and what do you expect from us, Kurosaki Ichigo? Ichigo, join the alliance we formed. We can't fight so many enemies alone, but together we can. Yamamoto, for the help you have given to the Soul Society on so many occasions, the Godai 13 will join the alliance to finish off the enemy. Ichigo, thank you, Elder Yamamoto. Yamamoto, any objections from any captain? Neither captain said anything. Yamamoto, well, with this the meeting ends. In the next few weeks we will go see the other dimensions to be able to make an attack plan. Yamamoto, with this we conclude the meeting. Everyone was leaving but Ichigo approaches Byakuya. Ichigo, Byakuya, I have to talk to you. Byakuya, Ichigo, come, let's go to the Kachiki complex. Byakuya and Ichigo were entering the Kachiki compound with Rukia, Ross, and Yoruchi. Chapter 26, Helping My Old Dimension. They are Byakuya, Ichigo, Rukia, Ross, Yoruchi, and Ichigo at the Kichiki complex. Byakuya, good, what did you want to talk about, Kurosaki? Ichigo, well then. Rukia and the others were in another room. Ichigo, I'll get straight to the point, I'm here for Rukia. Byakuya was surprised as he never imagined that she would say something like that to him. Byakuya, I'm sorry Kurosaki, but Rukia is already married to Renji. Ichigo, yes, about that, Rukia already divorced him. Byakuya, as is. Byakuya quickly left the room, going to find Rukia, followed by Ichigo. Upon finding her, he quickly opens the door. Byakuya, Rukia, what is this about you not being married anymore? Rukia, not Sama. Byakuya, what do you mean, you're not married anymore? Rukia, well, I didn't divorce Renji anymore. Byakuya, because. Rukia, because he cheated on me with Ranjaku. Byakuya had been surprised. Byakuya, that bastard right now. Ichigo, you won't be able to do anything, Byakuya. Byakuya, why not? Ichigo, because he is with the enemy. Byakuya, let Renji join the Chaos Brigade. Ichigo, yes, Ranjaku is not to blame either because Renji was controlling her. Byakuya, that bastard. Ichigo, calm down. Byakuya, Rukia, you're fine. Rukia, yes brother, I'm fine. Ichigo, Byakuya, there's something else I have to tell you. Byakuya, which is Kurosaki. Ichigo, Rukia and I are together, he said firmly. Seconds passed and Ichigo waited for an answer, but he was still firm in his decision. Byakuya, well, I just have to congratulate you. Ichigo, you agree? Byakuya, Kurosaki, I know that since we met I knew that you were in love with Rukia. Ichigo blushed. Rukia, apparently everyone knew except me, if only I had realized. Ichigo, it's over Rukia, now we're together. Ichigo approached Rukia and kissed her in a tender kiss. Byakuya, that's right Kurosaki. Ichigo, if you do any harm to my sister you die. Ichigo just turned pale. Ichigo, I'm never going to do it. Byakuya just congratulated Ichigo and Rukia, and things happened where Ichigo told him about his other dimension, but then an explosion is heard outside the Kichiki complex. Ichigo, what was that? Byakuya, I don't know, but it would be better to go see. When everyone came out, you could see some dragon-like creatures and someone on top of everyone. Byakuya, Renji. Renji, damn Rukia, I'm leaving and you're already with someone else, you're one. Byakuya, I give you 10 seconds to get out if you don't want me to kill you. Renji, ha 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 ha, do you think you can against me? I have an army and there are only 5 of you. Byakuya, Ichigo, take care of them. Ichigo, leave it in our hands, you finish him off. Byakuya, I will finish you off Renji for betraying and deceiving my sister. Byakuya jumped at Renji, pushing him away from where the dragon army was. Ichigo, alright, time to kill them. All high. Each one jumped facing the dragons. Con Byakuya. This one had taken Renji out of the series. Byakuya, why are you doing this, Renji? Why are you doing this to women? Renji, because I got tired of being weak, because the entire Soul Society will fall into my hands and no one will be able to prevent it. Byakuya, you are a traitor and betrayal is punishable by death. Byakuya lunges at Renji, but he stops his sword with his Bankai. Renji, there is no way to get past Byakuya Kichiki. Renji is playing against Byakuya Tirandol and Zabamaru. But Byakuya dodges it with Shuinpa. Renji, stop moving and face me like a man. Byakuya, traitors like you don't deserve to live. Byakuya, Bankei Sendenzakura Kagyoshi. A torrent of sharp petals had gathered and released like a gust of wind. Byakuya has liberated himself from banking. Byakuya, Miura Renji. Renji's Bankai had hit Renji, leaving him badly injured. Renji, damn it. Byakuya, I'm surprised you survived my Bankai, that shows you've improved, but it's time to end this. Byakuya, Shukiai Hakuriai. Byakuya, get ready Renji, this ends now. Rank Miuri. Renji launched himself at Byakuya with his last strength. Byakuya just launched himself at him, cutting him in half and making him disappear. Byakuya, it's over, it's better to go with Rukia, I hope she's okay. Byakuya left there going to the Kuchuki complex. Byakuya, Rukia, are you okay? I said it worriedly. Rukia, and Isama, we are fine, we are here. Byakuya, I'm glad. Ichigo, and where is Rinji? Byakuya, he won't bother you again. Then some infernal butterflies appear with a message. Informant, a meeting is requested at Godai 13 regarding the attack that occurred a few moments ago. Byakuya, we have to go, let's go. Everyone leaves the complex heading to Godai 13. Yamamoto, let the meeting begin. Kenpachi, what is the meeting for, old man Yamamoto? Yamamoto, we had an attack by some winged creatures. Ichigo, those were dragons, old Yamamoto. Yamamoto, those are the creatures of your dimension. Ichigo, that's it, Rukia, and we took care of them, but there were more than we thought. Their army is growing. Yamamoto, who is their leader? Ichigo, their leader is someone named Rizavim Levon Lucifer, one of the sons of the original Lucifer. There are also some of his generals, my brother Shin. Yamamoto, wait brother, you didn't only have 2 sisters. Ichigo, I think I didn't explain myself well. I was reincarnated in another dimension. When I did, I was born into another family. We are 3 siblings. I am the youngest of them, then there is my older sister Sarah, and finally Shin. Yamamoto, then Kurosaki. Ichigo, your brother is a traitor. Ichigo, if my brother betrayed us because of his lust for power. Yamamoto, I'm sorry to hear that, Kurosaki. Ichigo, but you know that if we join the alliance, any of them will be able to kill him, right? Ichigo, I know, that's why I'll take care of killing him. Saying that, everyone in the room opened their eyes. Yamamoto, it's your decision now regarding the alliance. We will go in 1 week as we promised. Ichigo, I understand now regarding Unohana, Kamimura, and Yukitake. Yamamoto, sooner or later you would know, so it is better to tell you Unohana retired from her position as captain because 1,000 years ago we had a war with an enemy that could steal our Bankai. Ichigo, who was I supposed to be? Yamamoto, his name was Yawatch. Yamamoto, he was known as the Quincy King. Unohana met him face to face and was injured. She could not fight him. She lost an eye and a leg and is still in a coma because he did not come alone. He had others with him. There were 14, counting him. Each captain faced one of them, but their Bankai was taken from them. Captain Kamimura decided to look for his ancestors. He decided to return to his old clan to be able to defeat the Quincy. But that cost him the part of him that made him look human. He became human for 6 hours. Yamamoto, but when you use that transformation you give your heart, and when the transformation ends you become a complete wolf. Yamamoto, we have not felt his spiritual pressure since then. Tetsu just looked down. Ichigo, calm down Tetsu, we'll find him. Ichigo, if you want. Yamamoto, Yukitake is the same as Unohana. He is sick in bed after the war. When we finally managed to kill Yawatch, Yukitake could not bear his illness any longer and fell into a coma. We also do everything possible so they can recover, but it is not enough. Ichigo, take me where they are. Yamamoto, what? Ichigo, take me where you are, I think I can help you. So all the captains took Ichigo to where Yukitake and Unohana were. Ichigo, well, I think I can do something. Ichigo began to release the same green fire that he used on the city. Ichigo, well, let's get started. Ichigo began to release even more green fire that enveloped Yukitake and Unohana in a cloak. Ichigo, Ross, do you remember the jars with phoenix tears? Ross, see Ichigo. Ichigo, fine, take 2 out of my backpack and throw them into the fire. Ross did as he was told and the jars burst upon contact with the fire, causing tears to fall on Yukitake and Unohana. Ichigo, Ichigo made the entire room light up, blinding everyone. Byakuya, what happened? Rukia, the equal spur. In that you could see an Ichigo standing and talking. Ichigo, welcome back LOL. Yukitake, thank you, Ichigo. Unohana, how is that? Everyone outside was surprised and jumped up to hug them both. Yukitake, hey, calm down. Yamamoto, it was Ichigo who cured them. Ichigo, it was nothing I heard from my friends. Rukia, you never cease to amaze me. Ichigo, I hope I never stop doing it. Ross, but how did you know it would work? Ichigo, I had faith and some intelligence even if you don't believe it. Yorichi, what was that you used? Ichigo, that's known as Phoenix Tears, they cure you completely, even illnesses, but not parts of your body. Yorichi, that's why you used that green fire. Ichigo, that's right, I power up the tears using my fire and with that I managed to heal them. Yamamoto, I don't know what to say. Kuraki. Ichigo, you always help us. Ichigo, there's still someone left to help. Yamamoto, to whom? Ichigo, okay. Tetsu, but since we haven't found him, how could you help him? Ichigo, I have an idea. You were tracking his spiritual energy but he stopped having it. I'm going to give him my spiritual energy. Rukia, Ichigo, if you do that you might not be able to use your powers again. Ichigo, don't worry, in this time I achieved a form that allows me to make this spiritual change of energy. With that transformation I will not lose my powers. Yorichi, I understand. Ichigo, well, don't track his spiritual energy, or we'll never find him. I'll try to look for him in the forest. You guys look for him in the Rukan district. Chapter 27. We will always be a family. Ichigo, well, look for Kamamura in the Rukan district. I'll go through the forest. All hi. Yamamoto, I'll go prepare the meeting in your dimension. Everyone scattered. Ichigo went to the forest, and the others to the Rukan district. Ichigo, well now where are you Kamamura? Ichigo was jumping through the trees trying to track Kamamura's scent. Ichigo, where you can be. Ichigo and the others were searching for 4 hours but they couldn't find him until Ichigo had an idea. Ichigo, wait, of course, how did that not occur to me? It has to be around there. Flashback. Ichigo was walking through Soul Society after defeating the Bound. He was walking through the complex until he came to a kind of forest with a little hill and there he saw Kamamura. Kamamura, what are you doing here? Kurosaki. Ichigo. Ichigo, I wasn't just looking at the place but what this place is. Kamamura, here rests Kaname Tosen's friend. Ichigo, Kaname Tosen, the captain of the 9th Division who left with Aizen. Kamamura, that's right, he once told me that he became a Soul Reaper so that there would be no more injustices like what happened to his friend. Ichigo, what happened to him? Kamamura, died by a group of hollows. The Reapers knew about them but did not go to eliminate them and instead his friend died. Ichigo, there is always death. Kamamura, so now Kaname is on the wrong path and it is my duty to get him back on the path of justice. Ichigo, you are not alone Captain Kamamura, you have your lieutenant, your squad, the captains. Kamamura, thanks for the encouragement Ichigo, and call me Sajin. Ichigo, okay Sergeant. Ichigo, well, see you later, I have to go with my friends. Kamamura, I understand. Ichigo was about to leave but says, Ichigo, hey Sajin, why don't you join us? We're going to eat. Kamamura, seriously, thank you, I mean of course. Kamamura and Ichigo went with their other friends to eat and had fun and everything. Kamamura, thanks Ichigo, I needed to have some fun. Ichigo, don't worry Sajin, that's what friends are for. End of flashback. Ichigo, I'm sorry I wasn't there Kamamura but I know where you are. Ichigo quickly ran to the grave of Tosen's friend. Ichigo, he was always in the grave, he must be close to there. Ichigo increased his speed even more to go faster. When he arrived he stopped and began to smell. Ichigo, thanks to my brother Ban for making my senses sharper. Ichigo sniffed and sniffed, but nothing until. Ichigo, I found it. He quickly used Shunpa to go towards the direction of the smell, and was running until he found a giant fox. The fox was running all over the forest. Ichigo, Kamamura. The fox, upon hearing that voice, increased his speed even more. Ichigo, Kamamura, stop. Ichigo was chasing the giant fox. Ichigo, it's not going to stop, I'll have to use sound. Ichigo quickly disappeared and appeared in front of the fox. Ichigo, Sajin, stop, I can help you. The fox just growled and wanted to escape. Ichigo, I'll have to do it the hard way. Ichigo used Sonic again and punched him in the stomach, causing him to fall. Ichigo, I'm sorry Sajin, but the faster the better. I still don't know if it will work, but I will try to do my best for my friend. Ichigo began to accumulate spiritual energy in him, causing everyone who was looking for Kamamura to go to him. Ichigo, I will protect and bring my friends back from death itself. Ichigo's friends were surprised because even though the spiritual energy was heavy, they couldn't sense it. Ichigo, Kamamura is you again. Ichigo threw all his spiritual energy at Kamamura until it completely enveloped him. When he finished wrapping it, a light appeared that blinded everyone again, also causing a cloud of dust to appear, and when it dissolved, the old Kamamura could be seen. Ichigo, good to see you again, Sajin. Ichigo said this, but because of the power he used, he was about to collapse, but Kamamura quickly ran to catch him. Kamamura, Ichigo, how is that? Ichigo, we're friends, right? Kamamura, ha ha ha, it's true, thanks Ichigo. Ichigo, you're welcome, Kamamura. At that point, everyone came over and saw Kamamura and jumped up to hug him. Kamamura, ha ha ha, they missed me so much. Tetsu, Capitan Kamamura. Kamamura, Tetsu, now you are the captain, just call me Kamamura. Tetsu's solo song. Tetsu, enter Kamamura. Ichigo, I think with that everything will be fine now only the war remains. Kamamura, war like war. Ichigo, you will be informed later, Sajin. Kamamura, okay. Ichigo, well now Ichigo had his head down. Kamamura, what's wrong with you, Ichigo? You're nervous and worried. Ichigo, it's been so long since I saw my family that I don't know how to talk to them. Kamamura, it's the Ichigo family, even if you haven't seen them, they surely miss you, they surely want to see you again, they will surely welcome you with love. If you are scared or not, you have nothing to say, just hug them. Ichigo, you're right, Sajin, thanks for the advice. Ichigo fist bumped with Kamamura. Ichigo began his journey towards the Seirei. Ross, wait Ichigo, where are you going? But Rukia and Issei hold her back. Rukia, let it go, I should have seen them for a long time. Ross, see who? Yoruichi, to her father and her sisters. Ichigo just turned around and smiled before disappearing. Byakuya, Rukia, when we came, I felt the energy of a hollow. I know that Ichigo can use hollowification but not sound. Rukia, I don't know, but he told me he would tell us later. Byakuya, what more secrets will he keep? Rukia, I don't know, but I love him and I don't want to be separated from him. Byakuya just smiled because he hadn't seen that smile on Rukia for a long time. Kenpachi, today all the squads celebrate the arrival of old comrades, ha 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 ha, whoever doesn't take it will face me in a fight, ha 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 ha. All hi. With Ichigo. He was walking through the Seirei towards the Shinigami Academy. He was so deep in thought that he didn't realize he was already at the door and collided with it. Ichigo, who went to ha ha ha, I'm too nervous. Ichigo saw that he was already at the door and tried to open it, but it was closed, so he jumped to the roof and walked there until he saw that everyone was practicing their kidos in the practice area. He saw all the Shinigami practitioners, but he couldn't find his sisters, so he kept looking until he saw his sisters casting kido. Yuzu/Karen, had a number 33, Sokatsui. Instructor, well done, the following. The sisters were happy when they heard this and hugged each other. Ichigo, they've really grown. Ichigo had a melancholic smile. The sisters could already feel each other's ryatsu. They were happy, but then they felt the ryatsu they hadn't felt in a long time. Yuzu, Karen is a liar. Karen, Ichi and I. They both turned to look at the ceiling and see their brother who they hadn't seen for 2,000 years. Note: when Ichigo died, his sisters went to the Soul Society with Isshin, but he didn't make them study at the academy until 4 years ago. When they saw him, They began to cry for their brother. Ichigo sees them crying and uses Shunpa to quickly hug them. Ichigo, I'm sorry for worrying you. They began to shed even more tears. Yuzu/Karen, Ichini 3i. Ichigo, I'm back and we will always be a family. Chapter 28 My Dark Side. About 5 minutes passed and Ichigo's sisters had stopped crying. Yuzu, Ichi and I, why were you gone for so long? Ichigo, I'm sorry Yuzu, I'm sorry for worrying you so much, but I still couldn't go back, I didn't know how. Karen, the important thing is that you are here now, Ichi and I. Ichigo, I will never leave you again, I love you sisters. Yuzu/Karen, and we you Ichi and I. Instructor, excuse me, but who are you? Ichigo, my name is Kurosaki Ichigo, brother of these two little girls. Instructor, Kurosaki Ichigo, the substitute Shinigami who faced the Soul Society and saved it. Ichigo, it seems that you have heard about me, ha ha ha. Karen, not only that but you are in the history books. Ichigo, ha 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 ha. The other Shinigamis who were practicing came closer to see the substitute Shinigami and began to ask him how he had done it and what his training was like. Ichigo, come on, stay calm. First of all, if you want power, you have to earn it. If you're going to be future Shinigami, you must become stronger. Even if there are few hollows, there may still be danger elsewhere. Other enemies may appear. That's why you must become stronger. But don't become strong because you want to have power, but to protect what you love most. After what was said, the Shinigamis were left with starry eyes and nodded and continued with their exercises but with more conviction. Ichigo, that will calm them down, and where is the old man? Yuzu, Dad has been in the Shiba complex since he became head of the Shiba clan and he has a lot of work. Karen, he always has paperwork. Ichigo, ha ha ha, he must not be having a good time. Yuzu, no. Ichigo, okay, you guys finish practicing, I'll go to the Shiva complex, see you there. Ichigo left with Shunpa. Ichigo was arriving at the Shiba complex to meet his father, but he was stopped at the gate of the complex. Guard, identify yourself. Ichigo, Kurosaki Ichigo's son, Isshin Shiba. The guard, upon hearing his name, lets him through. Ichigo was walking through the halls of the complex to finally knock on a door. Unknown, come in. Ichigo opens the door and walks in to find his father. Isshin, yes, it is offered. Isshin still had his head on his desk writing. Ichigo, well, I thought you would welcome me differently because I'm your son. Isshin, upon hearing his voice, quickly raised his head. Isshin, I3 Ichigo. He said it, shedding some tears. Ichigo, I thought you'd greet me with one. He couldn't finish because Isshin had kicked him in the stomach. Ichigo, that too is idiotic. Isshin, that was for dying and not saying goodbye to me, by the way, how is that? Ichigo, I'll explain when my sisters arrive. Isshin, you've seen them. Ichigo, if I went to the academy they'll come later. Isshin, it's good that you're back, she said while hugging him. Ichigo just reciprocated his father's hug when the door opened and Ichigo's sisters were seen and went to join the hug as well. After the hug they separated and talked for 1 hour where Ichigo explained everything to them. Isshin, and now what do you plan to do, Ichigo? Ichigo, I'm going to end this war forever. After Ichigo's reunion with his father and sisters, a week passed where everyone was gathered to go to the meeting. Ichigo had gone to tell them when the meeting would be. Everyone was gathered, Captain Commander Yamamoto and 4 captains, Tetsu, Mayuri, Hirako and Byakuya, and in between, Halibel and Nell. Ichigo, alright, let's go. Ichigo opened a large gorge so that everyone could pass through it, and they arrived at the city of Ko, which was already as good as new. Ichigo, well, the meeting will be at this academy. It was already night and they were about to enter when Rias and Sona and their wounded entourage fell from the sky. Ichigo, Rias, what happened? Rias, the evil gods are here. 3 gods begin to descend from the sky. Ichigo, you bastards are going to pay for hurting them, Hades, Ares, Seth. Ichigo, Rukia, Ross, Yorichi, Yuzu, Karen, Levin, Silas. They took the Gremory and Citri entourage. Ichigo, old man Yamamoto, sorry for this, but can I ask you to move away? Yamamoto, you don't want us to help you, there are 3 of you. Ichigo, calm down, I'll take care of it, he said with his head down. Hades, listen to him, or you want to die. Ichigo, the only ones who will die here will be you. Seth, what are you saying? You're already delirious. Ichigo in his mind. Ichigo, White. White, Damre. Ichigo, use your power. White, are you sure, King? Ichigo, if no one messes with my loved ones and the one who doesn't live to tell the tale, it's time to show our dark side. White, we have to tear them to pieces, King. Outside his mind, Ichigo's body had fallen to the ground. The others wanted to help him, but in that. Ichigo, don't worry, I'm fine. Byakuya, Ichigo, what are you going to do? Ichigo, I just showed them my dark side. Ichigo, me? Ichigo, I will protect them. Ichigo had released a monstrous power that had caused everyone to feel it, even the faction leaders who were teleporting to the place of power. Azazel, what's going on? Ross, the Chaos Brigade sent evil gods to hurt Rias and Sona and their entourage. Surzek, where are they? He said worriedly. Rukia, they are recovering, they used up too much energy, but it's not serious. Michael, what a relief, but what about Issei? Yoruchi, his power became that of a hollow, but it's different, I don't feel hostility. Rukia, Ichigo. Yuzu, don't worry, Ichi isn't bad. Karen, he will protect us. When the smoke cleared, another person or creature was seen. There was Ichigo in his Vasto Lord mode. Rukia, or not like that again, listen up everyone. Ichigo, calm down Rukia, I won't hurt them. He said it with a distorted and deeper voice. Everyone was surprised. Yoruchi, Ichigo, how is that? Ichigo, I still have a lot of explanations to give. Rukia, Ichigo, this form is. Ichigo, this is my dark side. Chapter 29, The End of a Brother, Part 1. Ichigo, let's start. Ichigo used sound and swung his sword at the 3 evil gods, sending them all flying to different places. Seth, damn you, how dare you! Ichigo, shut up. Ichigo stabbed Seth in the back with his sword. Seth, damn. Seth tried to punch him in the face, but Ichigo quickly cut off his arms. Ichigo, you are weak, die at once. Ichigo cuts off Seth's head. With others. Grimjow, that's a vast lord, how can Ichigo be a vast lord? Rukia, I don't know, but he could do hollowification, I guess he could transform into Vasto Lord too. Hell libel, he is a Shinigami, he is human and now he is hollow too. Ross, he actually it's a dragon too. Grimjow, I can't wait to fight him. Hell libel just shook his head. With Ichigo. Ichigo, 1 less 2 left. Ichigo launched himself against another evil god. Ares, I will not be like that weak god, I will kill you. Ares launched himself at Ichigo, hitting him several times and ending with his fist in his face, but. Ichigo, you're done. Ichigo just hit him back. Ichigo quickly prepared his next attack. Ichigo 0. Ares tried to block the attack with his shield, but the attack destroyed the shield and destroyed it, making it disappear. Ichigo, 1 left. Ichigo, where are you, Hades? Ichigo used Sonic to find him and kick him, then used his sword to crack the entire ground, raising a pile of rocks. Ichigo, you like hurt the people I love, then I'm going to enjoy this. Quickly Ichigo grabbed Hades by the head and began to destroy his head with everything that was there. Hades was being slaughtered, but then he breaks free and raises his magic power, making a green spear appear, matching Ichigo's. Ichigo quickly uses Sonic and appears behind him and rips off his arm. Then grab him by the neck. Hades breaks free and throws his weapon at him, but Ichigo dodges it and grabs him, throws him to the ground and places his foot on his chest. He was loading his 0 and he throws it. Ichigo 0. To then find a crater where Hades should be. Ichigo, nobody messes with my loved ones. In Ichigo's mind. Ichigo, thanks White. White, you're welcome, King, you know that nobody has to mess with us. Ichigo, ha ha ha, now I have to explain what this was out there. Zangetsu, are you sure about that, Ichigo? Ichigo, yes, Zangetsu, they have to know the truth, and my soul is complete. I have my Shinigami Hollow and Quincy powers. Zangetsu was surprised. Zangetsu, Ichigo, perhaps you. Ichigo, yes, Zangetsu, I deduced it when old man Yamamoto was talking about Yawatch, I knew it, but still in the end they only wanted to protect me and I thank them for that. Zangetsu 1. White, you're welcome, King, it's time for you to tell them. Hyarinmaru, see you later, Master. Ichigo, see you later, Hyarinmaru. Ichigo came out of his mind. Ichigo was walking where the others were. Ichigo, the fight is over. Rukia, well done Ichigo, but what? Yamamoto, Kurosaki, Ichigo, what was that transformation into hollow? Ichigo, I'll explain everything to you after the meeting is over, now let's move on. Upon entering they met the leaders. Surzex Issei. Ichigo, sorry but so it doesn't seem weird, call me Ichigo from now on, I'll be Ichigo Kurosaki Hayate. Azazel, okay, but what was all that noise about? Ichigo, 3 evil gods appeared. The leaders had been surprised. Michael, how come we didn't find out? Ichigo, they put a barrier around them to prevent them from sensing their powers. They took advantage of that and attacked Rias and Sona and my friends. Surzex, how is it, where is it? Rias, calm down Enai-sama, I'm fine, I've already been cured. Surzex, how are you okay? Evil gods attacked you, Rias. Rias, yeah, calm down bro, I'm fine. Ichigo, I will never leave you alone with anyone again. Ichigo, let's start the meeting already. After an hour of talking. Michael, well, Yamamoto-sama, are you planning to join the alliance? Yamamoto, there was already an attack on Soul Society, and we don't want another one, so if we agree to join the alliance. Azazel, perfect, now what else did you want to talk about? Yamamoto, Kurosaki, Ichigo, what is that power you have? Surzex, what power is Yamamoto-sama referring to? In that Rias makes a magic circle where she shows Ichigo's vast transformation. Azazel, what is that transformation? It even gave me chills. Surzex, a real demon. Rias, that was Ichigo. Everyone was surprised. Michael, Ichigo, you were conscious. Ichigo, yes I was. It's time for me to tell you. Ichigo, in my other life I was a normal human. When I was born my life was perfect. I had a father, a mother and 2 sisters, Yuzu and Karen. They smiled. Ichigo, but when I turned 10 my mother was killed by a hollow and I was devastated. I completely changed. The happiness that I once had been taken away from me. Of course I didn't know that I was born a Shinigami, my father hid it from me. Isshin widened his eyes because he didn't think he knew. Ichigo, it doesn't matter, I'm not upset, father. I just wish I'd known before. I thought I was human until Rukia appeared and offered me her powers to save my family. She gave me the power to be a Shinigami. After that, I worked as a Shinigami for a certain time until they took Rukia to execute her. When I went to rescue her, we were on Sokaiku Mountain and fighting Baikuya. That was where I first felt the hollow inside me come out, and that was when I let it take control momentarily. Everyone was surprised. Ichigo, after that I didn't feel it again until the bound appeared. I wasn't very strong yet, but when the first Erincar appeared and I couldn't win. It took control over me, but the wizard helped me control it when I fought my hollow inside my soul. When I defeated it I felt sadness and anguish from it, even though I ignored it when we went to Hueco Mundo to face Aizen and I died. The hollow took total control of my body, causing me to transform into the Vasto Lord form that you saw a while ago. When I defeated Ulquiorra in that form I didn't remember anything then. I was afraid to use hollowification. When I went to face Aizen face to face I couldn't beat him. Then I faced Jin, but I couldn't either. Jin let me escape to become stronger. That was where my father took me to the Forbidden World to be able to enter the inner world and for Zangetsu to give me the key to that power. So I entered and fought Zangetsu, but he pierced my stomach, causing something to come out of me stomach. From there my hollow came out again, but this time they fused, and we fought. I won, but before leaving, Zangetsu told me that what I wanted to protect was not what they wanted to protect, that what they really wanted to protect was me. It was there where I understood that the Hollow and Zangetsu were the ones who kept me alive all the time. Nobody knew what to say, they were surprised. Ichigo. After obtaining the power of the final Getsuga Tensho, I went to face Aizen. When I managed to defeat him and was captured, my body weakened. When I entered my inner world, I could not find Zangetsu or my hollow. When I returned, Urahara was holding me, and I saw how everyone arrived and approached me. After that I died, but I did not go to the Soul Society. I came to this dimension and found a child crying because his parents had left him. The Hayatu just lowered their heads. Ichigo, I'm not asking for anything. Don't worry, I already forgave you. As I said, I found that child, but he wasn't the only one who entered his body. Captain Hitsugaya, who had also died, entered him, then a huge dragon, and finally a gray-haired man with a mark on his neck. The four of us gave our power to that child, but I couldn't get away from him. Toshiro, Igneel and Ban left, and now they are resting in peace, but when I was disappearing I saw how my soul entered the child's soul, thus fusing us. After that, when I was training, I entered my inner world again. When I entered again, I met Zangetsu and White, but Hyarinmaru was also there. Flashback. Ichigo, Zangetsu, it's good to see you again. White, it's time to die, King. Ichigo, don't worry, I'm not here to fight. I know all you wanted was to protect me, so thanks. White was surprised because he had not expected that answer. Ichigo, you're not bad. I don't even know your name. White, my name is White. Ichigo, so White, I know that when you gave me the power, the final Getsuga Tensho, when I fought against you too, you only wanted to protect me. Now I understand and I am grateful. White, I understand, in the end you understood, King, ha ha ha. Ichigo, it took me a while but I understood it. Ichigo and White shook hands. Ichigo, Hyarinmaru, it's good to see you. Hyarinmaru, you are my new teacher. Ichigo, that's right, together we will be invincible and together we will protect our loved ones. All hi. Findel flashback. Ichigo, and that's what happened after that. I trained all my Dragon Hollow Shinigami and Quincy powers. Ichigo, you know. Ichigo, yes, when old man Yamamoto spoke about Yawatch the Quincy King, I was curious as to why he appeared after I died, so I investigated that he was in the 1,000-Year War. When he lost, he left several descendants, including Zangetsu, who entered my soul to watch over me, but when he died his mission failed. That is why they could defeat him. If I had been there, he would have stolen my Bankai, and would have become unstoppable. Also, I found out that my mother was a Quincy who lost her powers for giving birth to me, and my father lost them for facing White. They were Ichigo as well. Ichigo, I became smarter, Dad, when I found out that Mom was a Quincy. The week I returned to Soul Society, I found out that I also have the same Quincy powers, only more in my style. Ichigo made his Quincy bow appear and then made it disappear. Ichigo, Mom gave me this power. Dad made me a Shinigami from birth. Rukia gave me her power. Everything I am, everything I will be, I owe to everyone in this room. Thank you? Isshin, Yuzu and Karen were crying and went to hug Ichigo, as well as Goru and Asami. Everything was moving, but then an explosion was heard. At that, applause is heard. Ichigo, who are you? Unknown. Wow, that was touching. And as for who I am, my name is Jinjo Kugo, the first substitute Shinigami. Jinjo, I come from the Cow's Brigade. Chapter 30, The End of a Brother, Part 2. Ichigo, what do you want here? Jinjo, as I told you, the Cow's Brigade sent me. Ichigo, so you're the first substitute Shinigami. Jinjo, so your friends didn't tell you, haha. Ichigo, what are you talking about? Jinjo, I was the first substitute Shinigami who was in the Soul Society, but I was betrayed by them. Ichigo, that's a lie. Jinjo, it isn't, but what you think. I don't care. Foolbringers, come. More subjects appeared in the meeting room. Jinjo, Tsukishima, Yukio, Jackie, Raruka, Juriko, you guys go against the captains. Kurosaki. Ichigo is mine. Each of them separated, hitting the captains and sending them each to a room. Ichigo, Azazel, leave this to us. Create a barrier so that there is no havoc outside. Azazel and the other leaders create a barrier. Jinjo launched himself at Ichigo, but Yukio had created black barriers that transported each of them to a different place. How liable. These matters are for them to resolve. Grimjow. I wanted to fight too. He receives a punch in the head from How liable. Tsukishima vs. Byakuya. Tsukishima. It is an honor to face Captain Kuchiki. Byakuya. Let's get this over with. Byakuya, Bankai. Byakuya, Senbenzakura Kageyoshi. The torrent of sharp petals headed towards Tsukishima to destroy him. When the petals cleared, nothing could be seen but Tsukishima, I thought you were stronger. Byakuya dodged Tsukishima's sword strike with Shunpa to attack him again, but this time with his hands directing the petals. Byakuya, with my hands I'm twice as fast, I can catch anything. Byakuya thought he had caught him, but Tsukishima disappeared in a blur to attack Byakuya from behind. Tsukishima, it's a shining paper. Byakuya was standing there. Tsukishima was approaching to finish the job, but Byakuya says when Tsukishima was already 2 steps away from him. Byakuya, it's over. Tsukishima K. Tsukishima, Komo. Byakuya, Senbenzakura can attack even a small petal. I told you not to be overconfident, but I have to congratulate you. Not everyone can make me use Bankai, but I wanted to end this battle quickly. Byakuya left there, leaving Tsukishima dead on the ground. Mayuri vs. Jackie. Jackie, a captain asked me if you are strong. Mayuri, just die already and have your body examined in my research department. Jackie, you're never going to die at my hands. Jackie lunged at Mayuri, trying to kick him. Jackie was about to kick Mayuri, but he quickly dodged it to stab her with his sword to send her away. Mayuri, I'd rather investigate than fight, so I'll finish quickly. Mayuri, Bankai. Mayor, Kanjiki Ashisoji Temple. A giant baby-faced worm-like creature appears in the battle, causing it to head straight for Jackie. Jackie, what is that? I said it with fear. But before she could react, Mayuri's Bankai had already destroyed her, killing her instantly. Mayuri, no. Then a woman appears next to Mayuri. No, what does Mayuri-sama wish for? Mayuri, put that woman's body in a transport capsule. Nimue, on order Mayuri-sama. Tetsu vs. Juriko. Tetsu, let's finish this because I don't want someone like you to tarnish the name of the Godai 13th 7th Division. Juriko, I control time and someone like you can't stop me. Tetsu launched himself at Juriko, striking him in the back with a sword blow, but as he moved away he saw his wound regenerating. Juriko, you can't kill me, don't you see? I control time, time is mine, ha ha. Juriko was laughing like crazy until his shape began to change until a green monster appeared. Tetsu was just quiet. Juriko, are you surprised by this way? This is when I control time, haha. Tetsu, you know why I became a captain without having a Bankai or Shurikai like others. Juriko, Porqué? Tetsu, because I created my own fighting style. This style was compared to the power that Captain Zaraki had, and because of this fighting style my power grew more. I didn't need a Shurikai or Bankai to kill my enemies, only my strength. Tetsu, now you say that you control time, but you couldn't control it if you didn't have a body or a brain. Juriko, what are you talking about? Tetsu, Desaparis. Tetsu launched himself at Juriko, appearing behind him but a little far away. Juriko, LOL, that's all you got, LOLE. Juriko, it can't be. Juriko had been split in half. Tetsu list. Hirako vs. Yukio. Hirako, kid, you better go before I kill you. Yukio, that's not going to be possible. Yukio disappears and the room begins to open where hollows with necklaces come out. Hirako, damn, I can't kill them anymore. Hirako had used her hollowification to go at a speed and tear off all their necklaces. Hollow, where are we? Hirako, stay here. I'll go get the person responsible. Hirako disappeared and appeared at Yukio's. Hirako, you're not good at hiding your pressure. Hirako with his sword cut off the control he had. Yukio, damn you, how dare you! Hirako didn't say anything, and with the handle of her sword she knocked him out and took him away. Hirako, I don't kill children, sorry. Rukia vs. Rukia. Rukia, I don't know who you are, but end this already. Rukia, people like you would never understand what I suffered. Rukia, I'm sorry, but I don't know what you went through, but attacking us was still a mistake. Rukia launched herself at Rukia to hit her and send her away. Rukia, damn you, you die. Rukia easily dodged his attacks. Rukia, why are you attacking us? We haven't done anything to you. Rukia, I can't fail Jinjo, he saved me, he saved us all. Rukia, just because I saved them doesn't mean you have to do everything they say. Rukia, if I don't, he'll kill me for sure. Rukia, we can help you, we won't let him kill you. Rukia, seriously. Rukia, yes, we will support you. Rukia, please don't let him kill me. Rukia, we won't allow it now, let's go. Rukia followed Rukia out of the dome. After leaving the dome, he meets with all the captains outside. Rukia and Isama, she regretted it, they had her under threat. Byakuya, I understand, then we'll see what to do with her. Rukia and Ichigo. Ross, he's still in the dome facing Jinjo. In the dome. Ichigo, you better get going because if we start this I'll kill you. Jinjo, ha ha ha, Kurosaki Ichigo fight. Jinjo, you know why I rebelled against Soul Society. Ichigo, because. Jinjo, because I realized that they are traitors, I helped them. But since they paid me, they used an object to control my power and kill me if necessary. Ichigo was in shock. Ichigo, you're lying. Jinjo, I'm not lying, and the one who gave the order for that was none other than Yukitake. Ichigo, Kality. Ichigo, Bankai. Ichigo, it feels weird my Bankai changed, well it's better like this. Jinjo, why are you whispering so much? Ichigo, prepare guns. Chapter 31, the end of a brother, final part. Jinjo, shut me up. Ichigo, yeah, shut up. I don't know why Yukitake did that, but I know he's smarter than me, so he did it just to protect the Soul Society. I trust him. Jinjo, so that's what you decided. Ichigo, let's end this, Jinjo. Jinjo, I agree. Jinjo, Banka. Ichigo, I had forgotten that you were also like me. Well, come here, Jinjo. Both clashed swords and then Ichigo used his speed. Ross, what speed? Yoruichi, and that's not even giving his all. Rukia, that's Ichigo. Byakuya, Yatomo-su decision. Rukia, what do you mean, Enai-sama? Byakuya, we knew that one day Jinjo would appear, and when he did we should tell Ichigo the whole truth. We were going to use him to take us to Jinjo, but that guy, that person who saved you and made me see my mistake, changed the Soul Society. That man is the same as when we met him. I'm glad that my sister's future husband is a man like that, and I'm glad that the next substitute Shinigami after Jinjo is him. Rukia, of course, since we met he has protected us and saved us. He is the man I love and we love. Yoruichi, Ross, Rias, and the others smiled. Byakuya just smiled. Jinjo, die Ichigo. Ichigo, I'm finished. Ichigo had cut Jinjo's chest, causing him to go down just like Ichigo. Jinjo, mind Ichigo, because I feel like you're trying to understand what I felt, but at the same time you reject everything I do. Jinjo, mind tell me Ichigo, if you had appeared before then I would. Jinjo fell to the ground dead. Ichigo, I know it hurt you what they did to you, but this was not the way. Rest in peace, Jinjo. Ichigo left there, leaving Jinjo. Ichigo, the battle is finally over, but not the war, so we have to prepare. Rukia, Ichigo, that's your Bankai, but it's different. Yoruichi, yes, I feel that your Bankai increased its power. Ichigo, yes, I think I absorbed Jinjo's power when we fought at the beginning. His power was. Rukia, Foolbringers. Ichigo, that's right, this power joined with me it seems. Ross, okay, let's go to the meeting room again. Everyone was walking into the room but. Ross, Issei, be careful. Ichigo, what? Ichigo was pushed by Ross when he turned around and saw something that would leave him in shock. Ross had been pierced by Shin and had Shin's fist in her stomach. Ichigo, Ross. Ross was just bleeding. Ichigo, Ross's. Shin retreated 10 meters back, leaving Ross to fall to the ground. Ichigo, Ross, why? Ross, I didn't mean to hurt you. He spat out more blood. Ross, thanks for everything, Ichigo. Ichigo, no, Ross. Ross, adios, Ichigo. Ichigo, no, I won't let you die. Ichigo had cut his wrist to give his blood to Ross. Ichigo, hold on, Ross. Ichigo continued to give him his blood and Ross's wound began to close. Ichigo, it works. The others had put themselves on guard, covering Ichigo. Ichigo, Rias, please take care of Ross, she said with her gaze covered by her hair. Rias, see Ichigo. Rias went to see Ross and she was just sleeping. Ichigo walked through everyone who was there. Ichigo, is it? Ichigo, yes, he is my brother, but I no longer consider him that way. Goro, the time has come, son, he said, shedding a couple of tears. Asami, it's time, son, she said, crying her eyes out. Sarah, take care of it, brother. She said it seriously but sadly. Ichigo, Shin, it's time to end this. Shin, I agree. Shin launched himself at Ichigo, hitting him hard, but Ichigo just stood there, receiving the attacks. Shin, what's wrong, Ichigo? What's your name now? You can't handle my power. I'm stronger now because I absorbed those hollows. Ichigo still had his gaze covered by his hair. Shin, well, if you're not going to talk, look at all the power I have, ha. Shin was enveloped in a dark light until a Shin with wings emerged from there. Shin, come against my little brother. Ichigo spoke. Ichigo, you're not my brother anymore. Shin, what are you whispering, you imbecile? Ichigo, White, take care of it. White, S.I. White had come out speaking for Ichigo. White, you upset the king by attacking Ross, now I will teach you that no one messes with my king's queens. Ichigo's body began to fill with darkness, unleashing an enormous power that blew Shin away. White, it's time for your fin. White had launched himself against Shin, making him unable to react, making cuts one after another, until he threw a Sero at him. White Sero. Shin received the full attack, falling to the ground with a pile of wounds, broken bones and bleeding. Ichigo, okay Shin, give me the controller. White, yes sir. Ichigo, why Shin, why did you do this? Shin was on the ground with his arm missing and bleeding. Ichigo, because Shin. Shin, I don't know, I just wanted to be stronger. Ichigo, you should have asked me and I would have helped you. Shin, no, if I asked you, it wasn't about earning it, but in the end I let myself be consumed by the desire for power and I lost control. Ichigo, because you're joining the Cow's Brigade. Shin, it was after we returned home, you helped us with everything and even when we lost you were there to fix it. I got frustrated because you did everything and I couldn't do anything. Ichigo, you should have told me about what was bothering you, we were brothers. Shin, that's right, but when I saw that you saved Rias, it was the last thing, when I saw her happy that you saved her, it was the trigger. Ichigo just kept listening. Shin, after we returned from the underworld I went out and at night I ran into a spy from the Cow's Brigade. They took me to Rizavim. He offered me power, he offered me respect and in a fit of madness I accepted. Ichigo clenched his fists. Shin, after he gave me the power, my hunger for more power grew more and more. At first, after receiving the power, I was going to betray them and tell them everything, but because of my damn greed, I didn't do it. I'm sorry for having caused this. I'm sorry for having made them suffer. I'm sorry. Ichigo, an apology won't change anything. Shin, look at me, I have to be on the verge of death to be able to tell you everything I felt in those moments. I'm garbage, seriously, if I could change it I would. At that point a scream is heard. Shin. It was Oriheim who had arrived to see Shin. Oriheim, Shin, stay still, I'll heal you. Shin, don't do it, Orihime, this is my penance, this is my punishment for seeking power, I must die. Orihime, no, no, Shin, no, please, if you die I won't have anyone else, Shin, please. Shin, I'm sorry, but it has to be this way. Orihime, no, Shin, please. Shin, Ichigo, I know it will sound hypocritical of me, but don't hurt Orihime, she was just following my orders. Orihime, Miro, and Ichigo. Ichigo just stood there without saying anything. Ichigo, I won't do anything to him or the others, I promise you that. Orihime was crying. Shin, it's time, Ichigo. I know you won't believe what I tell you now, but I would have liked to spend more time with you, brother. Ichigo was crying. Shin, thanks for everything, Ichigo, and I'm sorry for being a burden to you. Ichigo, I love you, bro. And without thinking, Ichigo hugged Shin. Shin, thanks, I also said it while crying. Shin fell to the ground, losing his life. And it started to rain. Ichigo, wherever you are or go, I hope you rest in peace, brother. Orihime was still on the ground crying over Shin's death. Ichigo, let's go with the others. I'm going to carry Shin's body. Orihime just stood following Ichigo at his side. When they arrived, everyone turned to look at him, but they saw that he was coming with a body in his arms. The Hayato, seeing him, realized it was Shin and began to cry. Rukia, Ichigo. Ichigo left Shin's body on the ground for his family to hug him goodbye. Ichigo walked away from there being followed by Rias, her entourage, and the rest of Ichigo's partners. Rias, Ichigo, where are you going? Ichigo, I want to be alone, please. Rukia, we can't leave you alone, not now. Ross, we're with you, Ichigo. Ichigo, Ross, you should rest. Ross, I'm fine now thanks to you, but how are you? Ichigo, how do you want me to kill my brother even after leaving me? I still loved them. Now I killed my brother, I killed my family even though I swore to protect them. Rias, Ichigo, that's not true, he made his decision. Rukia, that's right, you didn't do anything. Ichigo, nothing bad. Rukia, that's right. Yoruchi, Ichigo understands that this could happen. Ichigo, I know, but I wish it was another way. Akeno, Ichigo, I haven't let it out for years, you have to let it out. Ichigo couldn't take it anymore and fell to the ground. Ichigo, because. Ichigo couldn't take it anymore and screamed. Ichigo, shinn. That cry was heard by all the captains and leaders. They understood Ichigo's suffering. The Hayato family was still crying. Isshin, Yuzu, and Karen were just worried about their son/brother because that day was not just any day, but that day Ichigo lost someone important to him, someone who meant a lot to him, his brother. And that day was when Ichigo realized that it had been the end of a brother of his brother. Chapter 32, Facing Reality. Ichigo was in his room. He was in his bed sadly thinking about what had happened yesterday, but then there was a knock on his door. Ichigo, who is it? Rukia, Ichigo, it's me. Can I come in? Ichigo, please go away, I want to be alone. Rukia, Ichigo, you can't continue like this. It's been a day and you haven't eaten anything. At least let me in. Ichigo, please, I want to be alone. Rias, Ichigo, you can't be like this any longer. Ross, Ichigo, please, what should we do so you can get out? Ichigo, no solo veyance. Yoruchi, let's go, he's not going to leave, but I know who will make him leave. The girls left, leaving Ichigo in the room. Ichigo, I shouldn't do this, but I don't feel well, not after this. White, Ray, it's not his fault, it was his brother, but his punishment finally came. Zangetsu, White is right, Ichigo, it's not your fault, Shin regretted what he did in the end, you don't have to blame yourself. Ichigo, you don't understand, he was my brother. Drake, that's how Ichigo was and he still is your brother, but he's no longer here, he fulfilled his penance. Ichigo, I'm going out to think for a bit. Ichigo left his room through the window and walked aimlessly down the street for 3 hours without stopping until he reached a park to sit on a bench. Ichigo, Shin brother, why did you make me do this? He said with tears coming out. But I didn't expect to see anyone. Ichigo, Byakuya, what are you doing here? Byakuya, they called me and told me that you were sick. What's wrong with you, Ichigo? Ichigo, I killed my brother. I feel bad. I feel like garbage. Byakuya, Ichigo, I was going to let my sister die for swearing not to break the law ever again. You taught me that the law doesn't matter if it's to save your family. Ichigo, you don't understand. I killed my brother. You changed my family. I killed him. Byakuya, he told you at the end that it was his punishment for what he did. He told you to forgive him, not the other way around. In the end, he fulfilled his penance, and you know it. Ichigo, still. Byakuya, let's see, Ichigo. I made several mistakes. The biggest of them was wanting to kill my sister, even though I swore to his Anna that I would protect her and not let her be hurt. I didn't keep my word. I didn't want to break the law. Your brother made mistakes, but in the end he wanted to pay for them. He died for his mistakes. But what he wanted most was your forgiveness, and he got it. Ichigo, Byakuya. Byakuya, what I want to tell you is that you don't have to feel that way. I know it hurts you to have been you, but Ichigo has no longer fulfilled his penance, and that's what you have to understand. You respected his wish to die for everything he committed, and if you feel bad, do something that makes you feel good or better. Ichigo, I have something in mind. Tell everyone that I will go to the academy in the afternoon. I will be at the theater. Everyone should go there. Byakuya, it's okay. Ichigo left from there. Drake, what's on your mind, Ichigo? Ichigo, a few last songs for my brother. Zangetsu, I understand. Ichigo continued walking, but the city was covered in snow. Ichigo continued walking until he reached a park. Ichigo, thanks for coming. Ishida, we couldn't leave you alone in this, or Chad. Chad, we're on this, Ichigo. Ichigo, thanks, now let's go to the academy. They brought the instruments. Ishida, the piano and beat mixer are in the music room. Chad, the drums are there too, the guitar is here. Ichigo, alright, let's go. The three of them began to walk towards the academy. When they arrived, they entered and went to the music room, but a couple of girls jumped up to hug Ishida and Chad. Kates, where were you, Ishida? Why did you leave the classroom like that? Murayama, you too, Chad, why did they leave like that? Ishida/Chad, we had to support Ichigo. Murayama, Ichigo, how long have you been? Ichigo, ha ha ha, good. Kates, the whole class is talking about you being a hero. Ichigo, we all are. Kates, what are you doing here? Ichigo, we've come for a couple of instruments. Murayama, para. Ichigo, we're going to take him to the Academy Theater. Murayama/Kates. Well, see you later. Ichigo, congratulations, you look happy. Ishida, thank you. If being with Kates was the best thing that could have happened to me. Chad, same with Murayama, I love her. Ichigo, well, let's take these instruments to the theater. With Murayama and Kates. Murayama, they are going to sing at the theater. Kates, I know, we have to tell the entire academy. Murayama, yes, let's go. The girls left. Meanwhile, with Byakuya. He had already arrived at the Hayate house to talk to everyone. Rukia, and Isama, what did he say to you? Byakuya, I talked to him, and told him it wasn't his fault. Yorichi, and what did he say to you? Byakuya, he told me that he knew it wasn't his fault, but killing his brother still affected him. Gore, we don't blame him, we already knew this day would come. Asami, we lost a son, we don't want to lose another. Sarah, my brother was blaming himself for Shin's death, but in the end my older brother paid the consequences for his actions. Even though I miss him, it is true that he made several mistakes, but we have to learn to live with the fact that Shin is no longer here, and he died paying for his mistakes. Byakuya just smiled. Ishinyuzu and Karen were also there, and Ichigo's partners smiled too. Byakuya, well, Ichigo said to go to the academy, he wants to do something there. All okay, let's go. With Ichigo. Ichigo, all the instruments are ready. Chad, yes, they are already there. Ishida, beat mixer and piano ready. Ichigo, well, we have to wait for them to arrive. It was 45 minutes before the doors of the theater began to open and all of Ichigo's couple friends entered. Ichigo's friends had sat in the front, but then more students began to arrive and sit down. Ichigo, wow, I thought it would just be them, but it's going to be the entire school. The teachers were also coming in. Yorichi, wow, everyone is here. Ross, yes, but where is Ichigo? At that point the curtain opens. Ichigo, good afternoon everyone. Everyone pays attention to him. Ichigo, yesterday my sister. The whole class already knew that he was a traitor. Ichigo, I was the one who killed him. The class was now shocked that Ichigo was able to kill his brother. Ichigo, Shin made several mistakes, but he was not bad. He let himself be overcome by the hunger for power that consumed him in an insatiable search for power. Nobody knew what to say. Ichigo, Shin may have gone down the wrong path, but he was still my brother. If I had known he wanted power, I would have trained him, so I'm going to pay one last tribute to Shin, the man who, even though he betrayed us, did the right thing in the end. Azazel, what do you mean, Ichigo? Ichigo throws a file at him. Azazel, what is this? Ichigo, these are the locations of all the Chaos Brigade bases except Rizavim's. Azazel, with this we can attack without them knowing who gave it to you. Ichigo, it was Shin. Surzek, how? Ichigo, Shin left it for me on a USB and left it in my room. I decrypted it to print it. That's what Shin gave me. Michael, Shin gave us the advantage. Tomorrow we will make a plan to attack. Ichigo, well, with that said, it's time to begin. Odin, start that, Ichigo. Ichigo, the last songs for my brother. Ichigo, ready? Ishida/Chad, see? Ichigo, let's begin. Welcome to the wild, no heroes and villains. Welcome to the war, we've only begun, so pick up your weapon and face it. There's blood on the crown, go and take it. You get one shot to make it out alive, so higher and higher you chase it. So get along, go. Get along, long, get a move on up. So get along, go. Get along, long, get a move on up. And as you fight among the death, beneath the dirt, do you know yet? Do you want it? And when the giants call to ask you what you're worth, do you know if win or die you'll prove yourself and rise? Make him remember you. Rise. Push through hell and rise. They will remember you. Rise. Prove yourself and rise. Pick up your weapon and face it. Rise. It's deep in your blood, go and take it. Rise. Higher and higher you chase it. Rise. So get along, go. Rise. Everyone applauded for the song as it talked about trying to climb to the top by any means, which Shin did. Ichigo, thank you. Yuzu, since when can Ichi and I sing? Karen, I don't know, it's the first time I've heard him sing. Ishin, that's my son. Gora, it was a good song. Asami, my son sings very well. Sarah, that's my brother. Ichigo, okay, let's go with the next one, guys. You're never gonna make it. You're not good enough. There's a million other people with the same stuff. You really think you're different? Man, you must be kidding. Think you're gonna hit it. But you just don't get it. It's impossible. But you're never gonna make it. Are you just gonna take that? Make them take it all back. Don't tell me you believe that. Are you just gonna take that? Or will you bucking fight back? Azazel, that was a good one. Surzek, that song is very motivating. Michael, they don't see what he's doing. Odin, what a thing. Michael, he's motivating the students not to give up. Ichigo, that song was good, but the next one is a feeling that we all had at some point, so listen up. It's so cold outside. I'm alone, I'm alright. Everybody knows that I'm breaking down. Everybody knows I ain't faking now. Everybody knows my heart's vacant now. Even when I'm feeling down, I fight. Even when I don't know what is right. I am may pick a side and I am may take pride. I will decide my fate and I will never let them tell me who I am. If you try to shape me, I'll be damned. Planted on the ground is where I stand. Never give up, that was always the plan. It's so cold outside. I'm alone, I'm alright. Ichigo. Yes, that feeling of being alone, that feeling of being stuck in something is something that happens and some do not know how to deal with it, but you just need to trust your family and friends. As I explained to them, I was alone in my childhood, they were unfaithful to me, they hurt me a lot, I still have that fear that it will happen again. But I try to leave it behind. Ichigo. Ishida Chad next. I am lost in our rainbow. Now our rainbow has gone. Overcast by your shadow. As our worlds move on. In this shirt I can be you. To be near you for a while. I am lost. I am lost in our rainbow. Now our rainbow has gone. I am lost in our rainbow. Now our rainbow has gone. I am lost. 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 Ichigo was shedding a couple of tears. He was sad, but someone touched his hand. Ichigo. Rukia. Rukia, we will never let anything bad happen to you. We love you. Now lend me the microphone for a while. Rukia took the microphone and approached Ishida and Chad to tell them the song she would sing, and so they began to play. Legends never die when the world is calling you. Can you hear them screaming out your name? Legends never die, they become a part of you. Every time you bleed for reaching greatness. Relentless, you survive. Pick yourself up once more. Pick yourself up, cause legends never die when the world is calling you. Can you hear them screaming out your name? Legends never die, they become a part of you. Every time you bleed for reaching greatness. Legends never die. Rukia, heroes and legends have the same goal, to be strong, to protect what they love and not let them hurt them. Ichigo was able to get ahead and become a hero and a legend, now why not you? The students were more than motivated. Ichigo simply walks up to Rukia and kisses her. Ichigo, I love you. Rukia, and I love you now, continue. Ichigo, they want more. Students, yes. Ichigo, let's go with the next one. Ichigo, this song is for you to understand that hurting people is bad, because even if you think that by having the maximum power you can be above others, you are wrong, because in the end you always have your judgment for every consequence or act. I can feel the floor shaking. And the glass begin to break. The air is getting thinner. With every breath that I take. The calm before the storm. You could hear the drop of a pin. Ready to meet my fate. Cleanse my soul. It's not too late. So bring on Judgment Day. Strike me down, take me away. Debts are due, it's time to pay. Face what I deserve. Here comes Judgment Day. I won't run, the guilt is mine. Too long denying all my crimes. Face what I deserve. Here comes Judgment Day. Ichigo, in the end, judgment always comes to us all. Ichigo, play that song. Ishida, see? Ichigo, when you're alone and you have no one and you're just waiting for death, someone always appears to save you from yourself, that person who can be your light, your path, and make you change your mind and want to survive. On the ground I lay, motionless in pain. I can see my life flashing before my eyes. Did I fall asleep? Is this all a dream? I will not die, I'll wait here for you. I feel alive when you're beside me. I will not die, I'll wait here for you. In my time of dying. I will not die, I'll wait here for you. I will not die when you're beside me. I will not die, I'll wait here for you. In my time of dying. Ichigo, you might think fighting is easy, but you shouldn't train until you break your bones. You should do it to protect the ones you love. Ichigo, Ishida, pass me the other mic. Ichigo, here Rukia, I want you to sing this song with me. Rukia, good. Rukia takes the microphone. Rukia, and what song is it? Ichigo whispers in her ear and she understands. Ichigo, good 1 2 3 4. You know I want you. It's not a secret I tried to hide. You know you want me. So don't keep saying our hands are tied. You claim it's not in the cards. And fate is pulling you miles away. And out of reach from me. But you're here in my heart. So who can stop me if I decide that you're my destiny? Say you were made to be mine. And nothing can keep us apart. 'Cause you are the one I was meant to find. It's up to you, and it's up to me. No one could say what we get to be. And why don't we rewrite the stars? Changing the world to be ours. You know I want you. It's not a secret I tried to hide. But I can have you. We're bound to break, and my hands are tied. Ichigo, you sing beautifully. Rukia, you sing better. Ichigo, well, the next song is for the women who love me, to the women to whom I gave my heart, this is for you. I want to follow where she goes. I think about her, and she knows it. I want to let her take control. 'Cause every time that she gets close, yeah, she pulls me in enough to keep me guessing, Maybe I should stop and start confessing. Confessing, yeah? I know we'd be alright, know we would be alright. If you were by my side, and we stumbled in the dark. I know we'd be alright, I know we would be alright. 'Cause if we lost our minds, and we took it way too far. I know we'd be alright, I know we would be alright. If you were by my side, and we stumbled in the dark. I know we'd be alright, we would be alright. Oh, I've been shaking. I love it when you go crazy. You take all my inhibitions. Baby, there's nothing holding me back. You take me places that tear up my reputation. Manipulate my decisions. Baby, there's nothing holding me back. There's nothing holding me back. I feel so free when you're with me, baby. Baby, there's nothing holding me back. Ichigo, I love you. They just smiled and shed a few tears of happiness. Ichigo, well, I'm not going to sing the next song alone, so I invite Ishida and Chad to come over to me so I can sing it. Ichigo, let's go. Yeah, you could be the greatest. You can be the best. You can be the King Kong banging on your chest. You could beat the world. You could beat the war. You could talk to God, go banging on his door. You can throw your hands up. You can be a champion. You can beat the clock. You can be a champion. You can move a mountain. You can be a champion. You can break rocks. You can be a champion. You can be a master. You can be a champion. Don't wait for luck. You can be a champion. Dedicate yourself and you can find yourself. You can be a champion. Standing in the Hall of Fame. Ichigo, always try to achieve fame but don't get carried away by it, always be yourself. Ichigo, when the Cows Brigade declared war on us, they thought there were few of us willing to fight. Now there are many of us, and there will be more. Whoa, 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 whoa. I've been fighting the same old war. Against a disease without a cure. Been holding on for so long. For so long, for so long. I've been wishing upon a star. Can't let the darkness blind us. Carry on. We'll be the ones that pulled the stars down to us. Should I run away and change my name? Or should I stay and fight through the night? And never close my eyes. I'll never close my eyes. I'll never close my eyes. Whoa, 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 whoa. Khan Surzek. He had received a call. Surzek, it seems that he is with the Council of the Underworld. With Ichigo. Ichigo, well, this will be the last song. Everyone was discouraged. Ichigo, listen, in this life not everything is good, so prepare for the worst, but never forget that you are not alone, we are an alliance, together we will survive. Alamnos, seeth thee. Ichigo, let's go. I won't just survive. Oh, you will see me thrive. Can't write my story? I'm beyond the archetype. I won't just conform. No matter how you shake my core. 'Cause my roots, they run deep, oh. You're out of time, but still I rise. This is no mistake, no accident. When you think the final nail is in, nail is in. Think again, think again. Don't be surprised. I will still rise. Oh. Don't doubt it, don't doubt it. Oh. You know it, you know it. Oh. Just fight it, just fight it. Oh. Don't be surprised. I will still rise. Ichigo, thanks, that's all for tonight until next time. Ichigo, that was because of you, brother, you motivated them to fight. In the future we will win, I promise you that. Ichigo, ugh, I'm tired, well done friends, now we deserve a rest. But then Surzek and everyone else arrive. Surzek, Ichigo, we have a problem. Ichigo, which one? Surzek, Oriheim was taken to the Underworld Council and is being judged. Ichigo, those cursed old men. Rias, Ichigo, what are we going to do? Ichigo, let's go to the Underworld, it's time for the council to know what I'm capable of doing. I swore to Shin that no one would hurt Oriheim. It's time to keep my promise, let's go. All high. Chapter 33 The plan against the Chaos Brigade begins. Ichigo and the others were teleporting to the underworld. Ichigo, Surzek, how long have the council been acting alone? Surzek, it's been centuries since the original Mao Lucifer died. Ichigo, they have been doing what they wanted for centuries, first Rias engagement, then the decisions they make regarding everyone's future, now they mess with Oriheim and put her on trial, it is time to put a stop to it. Rukia, what are you going to do? Ichigo, I'll talk to them first, and if they don't understand then I'll have to crush them. Yorichi, haha, you've become so aggressive. Ichigo just blushed. Ichigo, well, we're almost there. After crossing the gorge, he finds himself in the underworld in front of the council. Original, Ichigo. Elder One, what are you doing here and why are you interrupting a council meeting? Ichigo, I want to know why the hell they made this judgment. Oldman 2, easy because she was allied with the enemy and now we are deciding whether to kill her or lock her up. Ichigo, they won't do anything. I promised my brother that they wouldn't harm him. My brother gave us a list indicating the locations of the Chaos Brigade, their headquarters, their bases, and laboratories. Old Man 1, that doesn't matter to us, she must be executed. Ichigo, I tried to do it the good way. Ichigo, Surzek, give me the USB I gave you at the theater. Surzek gives it up. Ichigo, Shin gave me the location reports of all the bases, I told you that was true. Azazel, that's true. Ichigo, what I didn't tell you is that he also gave me the names of the infiltrators and traitors of the Alliance. The first two elders were sweating. Michael, what, like who? Ichigo, here are the names now, or you surrender or I kill you. The old men did nothing but two old men ran out. Ichigo quickly went and cut off their legs. Old people, all. Ichigo, these are the traitors infiltrated in the council. Supposedly they are those who make the decisions for the good of the underworld, right? The other elders were surprised. Ichigo, you are a council, you advise the Mao to make decisions, you don't make them so behave as you are or else. Ichigo began to release all his spiritual pressure. Oldman 3, okay, we'll do it. Ichigo, you better be because next time I won't be so calm. Surzek, guards, take those two old men and lock them in the dungeon. Gerdias, hey. Ichigo, Oriheim, are you okay? Oriheim, yes, thank you. Oriheim, one day. Ichigo, calm down, we'll talk later, for now Azazel, Surzek, Michael go to the meeting room. Rukia calls old man Yamamoto and has him come too. Rukia, because Ichigo. Ichigo, the meeting will be to counterattack the Chaos Brigade. I'm tired of them attacking us, now we'll be the ones attacking. All high. The leaders went to the meeting room and Rukia opened a Senkamin as the dimensions were now united. 2 hours later. Ichigo, they're all here. Yamamoto, yes, but why did you call us? Ichigo, it's time to fight back. Yamamoto, and how will we do it? Ichigo, Shin left me a USB inside my room before he died. Yamamoto, so in the end he did the right thing. Ichigo, yes, in the end he gave us the advantage to attack. Grimjow, fine, as we will do. Ichigo, separate the locations of the Chaos Brigade bases in this world and the bases in the other world by taking old Yamamoto. Ichigo throws a folder at him. Ichigo, send the Shinigami to eradicate those bases so they don't continue attacking. Ichigo, Toma Hal Libel. Hal Libel, that's it. Ichigo, those are the hidden bases in Hueco Mundo. Ichigo, we have to find out what they're up to because I don't think they're just attacking at random. They must have something in mind, we have to find out. Michael, and in our dimension Ichigo. Ichigo throws another folder at them. Ichigo, there they are, now we have to talk about who's going to go. Yamamoto, in my dimension I will send 4 captains and their squadrons to take charge of said bases. Hal Libel, Nell Grimjow and Ulquiorra will go from this world. Ichigo, wait Ulquiorra, I thought that. Hal Libel, that he was dead, ha ha ha, we all thought that until one day he came back. He was confused, he didn't know what had happened, we told him everything and he understood that his duty was to protect Hueco Mundo, so he went to train and came back 2 days ago from his training stronger than before. Ichigo, yes, I can imagine how strong he's become. Michael, on behalf of the biblical factions we have decided to form a group called the DXD team. Ichigo, Team DXD. Michael, if it were made up of several people of different races. Surzek, of the demons will come Rias Sona Razor and her followers. Ichigo, as if Rias and the others would go. Surzek's, Ichigo is calm. Ichigo, what do you mean they're going? Rias, Ichigo, calm down, we are not weak, we have trained after losing against the evil gods together, me and my entourage have not become stronger. Ichigo, Rias. Akeno, Rias is right, we can't just wait for you to always protect us, that's why we've trained to be stronger. Asia, we are not going to lose again. Kaneko, I will use my strength to protect my friends. Kiba, I will defend my friends. Ichigo, guys. Azazel, they have trained Ichigo, now they are stronger. Surzek, I am aware of their strength, that is why I selected them. Ichigo, I understand, just be careful, yeah. Rias and the others, hi. Michael, Irina, Gabriel and Delia will be fine with the angels. Azazel, good, of the fallen angels will come Vala and his team. Ichigo, Vali, not him. Azazel, he was betrayed by the Chaos Brigade. When you found him they were about to kill him and his team. Ichigo, well, no problem then, that's all, let the operation begin. Azazel, wait, what will Ichigo do? Ichigo, I'm going to Asgard so I can think about what they want. Asgard has the largest library in the world, so I can read there and find out what they're planning because they've made incursions into other dimensions. Rukia, I never thought I'd hear the day you said you were going to research and read. Ichigo blushed. Ichigo, well, I changed and I love them. Ichigo's women blushed. Ichigo, well, each to his duty. Ichigo, he approached his girls. Ichigo, well, it's going to be dangerous and I know you want to do this, just be careful please. Rias, if you don't worry. Ichigo, Yoruchi, go with them so Rukia can go to Soul Society and help there. Ross, come with me. Everyone paid attention. Ichigo, even though we are far away, I love you, you will always be with me. Girls, we love you, Ichigo. Ichigo opened a throat and pierced it with Ross. When they left they were already in Asgard. Ross, alright Ichigo, where are we going? Ichigo, we will go to Odin's palace first, I have to inform him of things. Ross, alright, let's go. They both went with Shunpa to the castle. Guardia, Ichigo-sama, please pass. Ichigo, thank you. Ichigo and Ross entered the palace to see Odin, but someone jumps on Ichigo. Ichigo, Archak, long time no see. Archak, Ichigo, how have you been? Ichigo, okay, now I'm going to see Odin to tell him everything. Archak, come on, my father, uncle and grandfather are inside. Ichigo, let's go. Ichigo followed Archak. Upon arriving at the center they met Thor, Odin and Locke. Ichigo, Odin, Thor, Loki, how have you been? Odin, oh Ichigo, how are you? It's been a long time. Loki, that's Ichigo. Thor, Ichigo, fight me. Ichigo, LOL, I would like to, but for now I am not here to inform you of everything that has happened and what we have planned. Ichigo tells them everything. Odin, so they attacked the Cows Brigade. Ichigo, yes, but I need to find out what they're up to. Odin, you may well enter the library of Asgard. Ichigo, thank you. Odin, by the way, how have you been, Ross? Ross, well, Odin-sama. Odin, by the way, your grandmother missed you because you are not going to see her. Ross looks at Ichigo. Ichigo, go ahead, I'll take care of it. Tell her that as soon as I finish investigating, I'll visit her. Ross just kisses Ichigo and leaves. Odin, you are very forgiving, you knew that. Ichigo, what can I say? Ichigo retreated to the library but was followed by Archak. Ichigo, wow, this is going to take some time. Archak, don't worry, we can do it. Ichigo, just like old times. Archak, just like old times. Ichigo and Archak began to read book by book and continued for 5 hours until they came to one that said forbidden. Ichigo, what book is this? Archak, I don't know. They open it, and when they open it they see that it was full of monsters. Ichigo, these are ancient monsters but several of these are already extinct. Archak, Ichigo, look at this. Ichigo turns around and sees a large dragon. Ichigo, he is the Trihexa, the dragon god of the apocalypse. Archak, you don't think they want to free him, do you? Ichigo, I don't know. Ichigo continued reading. Ichigo, no way. Archak, what's wrong? Ichigo, according to this, it says that the Trihexa served a being even superior to the one who gave his power to the Trihexa. This being is a being that is trapped in a dark dimension where he spends time alone and locked up. That was his punishment. Archak, this is it. Ichigo, he says that to free him you have to find his grave and that the address is only known by his right-hand man, the Trihexa, that to free this dimensional monster you have to free Trihexa and then this monster will consume the dimensions with its power dimension after dimension. Archak, you think that? Ichigo, if this is so and the Cows Brigade seeks to free the Trihexa, I don't believe that even I can defeat this being. Archak, but we don't know what it looks like. Ichigo, this book says that he has already destroyed 8 dimensions, and that he was trapped in this one by the biblical god Great Red and Ophis. Archak, that's why they want Ophis' power to free him, but there is no sample or photo. Ichigo just shows him. Ichigo, we must prevent this monster from getting out. Archak, let me see my brother. Ichigo, I'll go to the faction leaders, tell Ross that I left and tell him everything. Archak, okay. Ichigo went into a gorge to the underworld. Upon arriving, Ichigo quickly went to the room where the leaders were. Ichigo, Michael, Azazel Surzex is here. Azazel, wait Ichigo, Team DXD already has 10 bases destroyed, 2 are missing. Ichigo, they want to free the Trihexa. Michael, what? Ichigo, they want to free the Trihexa. Surzek, but why? Ichigo, the Trihexa is not a problem, the problem is who it serves. Azazel, the Trihexa he would serve. Ichigo, the Trihexa serves a dimensional monster that has already destroyed 8 dimensions, but in this one it was trapped but not defeated. Surzek, but who locked them up? Ichigo, they were the biblical god Great Red and Ophis. Azazel, then we must find them and ask them. Ichigo, no. The biblical god is dead. Great Red lost half of his power when facing this monster, and we don't know where Ophis is. Michael, what do we do then? Ichigo, we must attack Ryzavim's castle now before they release the Trihexa. Surzek, and if you free yourself from the Trihex. Ichigo, well, prepare for the fight of the world because otherwise this dimension will also be destroyed. Chapter 34 The War. Michael, they've already finished destroying the bases. That throat you use is very useful for fast travel. Ichigo, yes, but now only Ryzavim's castle remains. Surzek, what do we do? Ichigo, a direct attack. Azazel, but if we do, they will easily discover us. Ichigo, we have no choice. If we don't do it, they could release Trihexa and then the dimensional monster. Michael, so when we attack? Ichigo, at dawn. At that, a Senkaman opens and Rukia, Yamamoto, and Halibel come out. Yamamoto, Kurosaki, Ichigo, the bases in the Soul Society have been exterminated. Halibel, in the Hollow World too. Ichigo, it's time for the final attack. I imagine that they have already found out that they no longer have bases. We have to attack them before they release him. Rukia, free Hu Ichigo. Ichigo, I didn't tell you that you want to release a dragon god to free something else. Halibel, about that. Ichigo, a dimensional monster. Yamamoto, what kind of monster? Ichigo, I don't know. In the ancient book it said that he had already exterminated 8 dimensions, but he was trapped in this one. Yamamoto, it can't be. Ichigo, you know who it is. Yamamoto, it's Orochi. Ichigo, Orochi, do you know anything about him? Yamamoto, all I know is that I was warned that if he appeared I shouldn't try to fight him because not even with my Ryujin Jaka could I kill him. Ichigo, damn, all the more reason now to prevent him from being released. Then another gorge opens, from which Odin and the others emerge. Ichigo, Odin, well, we're all here. Odin, Ichigo, they already told me what the plan is. Ichigo, tomorrow we will attack, prepare yourselves and all your armies. All hi. Ichigo was walking towards the exit thinking. Ichigo, Drake White Zangetsu Hairinmaru, they know I can't let them fight, they could die. White, but King, if you do they might not be very happy when you return. Zangetsu, this is also your fight. Ichigo, you can't ignore it. Drake, but if they go they could die, that's true. Hairinmaru, Master, make the decision that is best for them. Ichigo, fine, I'll go just 2 hours before. Ichigo had gone home to sleep and wakes up in the middle of the night. Ichigo, alright, let's go. Ichigo, protect Zangetsu. Ichigo, alright, let's go. Ichigo left through the window of his room without anyone noticing. Ichigo had used the gorge to cross it and exit about 50 kilometers from Ryzavim's castle. Ichigo, well, here we are, their army is huge, they wouldn't have been able to take on everyone and several would have died, well, it's time to start. Ichigo was about to launch an attack at them, but something drags him back. Then in the distance a man screams. Ryzavim, ha ha ha, did you think we wouldn't have a plan? Ha ha ha, this will be your grave and chaos will come, ha ha ha. Ichigo, damn Ryzavim. Ichigo was injured but he gets up and starts attacking. Ryzavim, attack. Ichigo, Getsuga Tensho. Ichigo wiped out a small portion of the army, killing a few. Ichigo, let's get this started. Ichigo, Bankai. Ichigo, tens of thousands of years. Ichigo launched himself, killing Ryzavim's soldiers by cutting them down. Ryzavim, let the second wave go. These were hollows with collars. Ichigo knew he didn't have to kill them, but it was getting complicated having to cut off everyone's collars. Hollow, what happened where we are? Ichigo, get out of here and go to Hueco Mundo now. Hollow, yes, let's go. The hollows were beginning to leave. Ichigo, this is difficult but I can't stop. Time skipped 2 hours. In Ko everything was normal, but at the academy the leaders of the Godai 13, Halibel, Ichigo's family, and the Hayato were gathered. Goru, where is my son? Isshin, where is Ichigo? Rukia, when we entered his room he was no longer there. Asami, don't tell me that. Azazel, that idiot. Rias, what's going on? Surzek, Ichigo went to the battlefield, that idiot. Ross, we have to go. Yoruchi, we can't just leave him alone, let's go. Odin, the armies are ready, we must. But then the door swings open. Ishida, we're going too. Azazel, it's not dangerous, they can't. Ishida, we know the risks and he is our friend, we will not stay here. Chad, Ichigo has saved us many times, it's time to save him. Michael, they go under their decision. Ishida, yes. Then everyone teleports to the battlefield when they appear to see that there were a large number of bodies and the ground was split. Odin, we must go help him. With Ichigo. He was tired and exhausted from the fight when he received another plasma cannon shot that sent him backwards. Ichigo, I can't go on like this, if I continue all my energy will run out. But in use a group of dragons appear trying to attack it. But... Rehito Rain. Ichigo, what? Half of the dragons had been pulverized but the other half wanted to attack but... The live one. The other dragons had been destroyed. Ishida, you didn't think we would let you do this alone or Kurosaki? Chad, we're friends, right Ichigo? Ichigo, ha ha ha. Ichigo tried to stand up but... Ichigo, Oriheim. Oriheim, don't worry, I'll heal you. Ichigo, thank you. At that point more portals opened. Yamamoto, the final fight has just begun. Chapter 35 The War Part 2. Ichigo, ready, set? Everyone was preparing their weapons. Ichigo, let's go. The alliance launched itself against Ryzavim's army. Everyone against Ryzavim's army started the fight and Thor had launched his lightning. Thor AAAA. Archak had released his hellfire. Fenrir appears at his side, killing those around him. Archak, brother. Fenrir, I'm sorry, brother, I should have apologized a long time ago, but my pride didn't let me. It made me lose my family and I won't lose them again. Archak, we fought this war together AAA. Fenrir, AAA. With the others, each one was killing the enemy. First, Getsuga Tensha. Rukia, the Battle of Tsugi. Ichigo and Rukia launched their attack together. Hal Libel 0. Grimjow, Great King 0. Ulquiorra 0 Dark. The three of them launched their Zero, eliminating more dragons, but then they saw hollows with collars approaching. Hal Libel, don't kill them, just cut their collars and tell them to go away. Both of them listened and with a sound they began to cut their collars and take them to Hueco Mundo. Ichigo, Ishida, Chad, come with me, we're going after Ryzavim. They followed him into the castle and came across two men. Shalba, don't think they'll get past here. Euclid, Ryzavim-sama does not want intruders, so die. Euclid had thrown ice spikes at them. Chad, the live? The attack destroyed the ice stakes. Chad, Ichigo, go away. Ishida, you go, we'll take care of them, you have to stop Ryzavim. Ichigo, see? Ichigo kept running. Shalba, you're not getting away. Shalba tried to hit Ichigo but Ishida intervened. Ishida, Rehito Regan. Ishida, your opponent is me. Ishida versus Shalba. Ishida, come on, face me. Shalba, damn you. Shalba was throwing fire spheres at him, which Ishida easily dodged. Ishida was shooting arrows at him at incredible speed, but Shalba got close enough to hit him in the stomach. Shalba, I got you. Ishida, that's what you think. Ishida put his hand behind his back, taking something out. Ishida, Soul Schneider. Shalba, what is that? Ishida, Schneider is a Reisher sword that cuts my target. Ishida disappeared, causing Shalba to be surprised. Ishida appeared behind him, cutting him, and he was doing cut after cut. Shalba, ha ha ha, those cuts don't make me useless at all. Ishida, you should pay closer attention. You didn't discover my plan. My plan was to lock you in my Gert Springer. Shalba, in what? Shalba began to glow and a barrier appeared around him. Ishida, Gert Springer. The cube began to shrink, making Shalba disappear. Ishida, see you later. Chad versus Euclid. Euclid kept shooting ice spikes at him. Euclid, Miurikia. Chad, I have the strength to protect my friends and someone like you will never beat me. Chad, right arm of the giant. Euclid, what is that? Chad, this is my giant's right arm, you can't hurt me. Euclid, you think so? Euclid kept shooting ice spikes at him. Chad, let's get this over with. Euclid, what are you talking about? Chad, devil's left arm. Euclid, now that's that. Chad, while my right arm protects me from the giant, his left arm attacks. Chad, death. Chad punched Euclid, making him disappear, leaving the face of a demon behind. Ishida, you're done. Chad, if we are going to help others. Ishida, and Ichigo. Chad, I think you know he might be right. Ishida, haha, you're right. With Ichigo. He had arrived at the main hall. Ichigo, rise of him. Rise of him, so you finally arrived. Ichigo, I won't let you do that madness. I'll stop you here and now. Rise of him just smiled a smile that Ichigo didn't notice. Rise of him launched himself at Ichigo, hitting him, but Ichigo blocked it with his sword. Ichigo, let's get this over with. Rise of him, I couldn't agree more. Chapter 36 The War Part 3. Rise of him was throwing punches at Ichigo, but he easily dodged them with his speed. Rise of him, stop moving. Ichigo, you can't beat me. Ichigo, I move very slowly, if you want I can go faster. Rise of him, arrogant, don't trust yourself. Rise of him threw a fireball at him. Ichigo, it's faster but I can be faster. Ichigo increased his speed even more, making Rise of him unable to even see him. Rise of him, stop moving. Rise of him does a punch that releases a bit of power, causing Ichigo to be thrown back. Rise of him, I'm going to show you all my power, you damn scum. Rise of him began to glow as his armor appeared. Ichigo, that armor won't protect you. Rise of him, this armor blocks any attack. Ichigo tried to attack them with his sword, but it was as if he were a hologram. Rise of him, you see, this armor is part of space, it allows me to become intangible without you touching me. Ichigo, you think so? Rise of him, it's reality. Ichigo, and come on. Rise of him, I know your power, but that power is nothing against this armor. I already told you that a direct attack doesn't affect it. Ichigo, good thing I have this power then. Rise of him, what is that? I have no information on what that is. Ichigo, this is me and Reincarnation. Rise of him, you won't be able to do anything. Ichigo, what you don't know is that this power is ice, so it traps and destroys atoms. Ichigo, ice mastery. Ichigo had trapped Rise of him in a large block of ice. Rise of him tried to get out but couldn't become intangible. Ichigo, it's your end. Rise of him dies. Ichigo decided on the ice and there was no one left, just snow falling in flakes. Ichigo sucks on Danai. Ichigo, thank you, Reincarnation. Reincarnation, you're welcome, master. Drake, now what do we do? Ichigo, find where the seal is. There, a door opened leading to the basement. Ichigo, let's go. When they go down they find a huge, giant cocoon. Ichigo, that must be where Trihexa is, I just have to destroy the entire cocoon and wait. Ichigo walks around the cocoon and notices that it was already open. Ichigo, there's nothing, then where is it? Where is it? On the outskirts of the battlefield. Trihexa, ha 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 ha, stupid humans, now master, I'm going to go free him. Ichigo quickly leaves the castle. Rukia, Ichigo, what happened? Ichigo, they released him, they released the Trihexa before we arrived. Surzek, what does that mean? Ichigo, I already went to where the dimensional monster is. Azazel, quickly find him quickly, a power like his should not go unnoticed. That's when Michael gets a call. Michael, now I don't know where I eat. Ichigo, what happened, Michael? Michael, the President of the United States tells me that there is enormous power concentrated in Antarctica. Ichigo, let's go quickly, we don't have to waste time. Michael, it will take me time to make a portal to take us. Ichigo, there is no time. Ichigo opens a giant portal that absorbs everyone, taking them to Antarctica. As I left the portal, I already felt the power of Trihexa. Ichigo, it's not far, it must be close by. In that you see a giant mountain, and above it was the Trihexa coming down to throw a ray and break the entire mountain, showing a giant pyramid in which he entered. Ichigo, come on, we mustn't let him arrive or else everything will end. Rukia, let's go. They all went, but 20 meters before they could reach the entrance of the pyramid, everything had exploded and sent everyone flying. Ichigo, damn, that was it. Ross, I don't know. There was smoke everywhere. The army was seen lying down and fainting. Rukia, damn that explosion, what happened? Rias, the pyramid is no longer there. Odin, I don't feel any power. Ichigo was scared. Michael, Ichigo, what's wrong with you? At that moment the cloud of smoke had disappeared and Trihexa was there. Azazel, it's just Trihexa, I can't free him. Ichigo, he is not alone, he said it while still sweating and shaking. Then another guy appears next to him. Yamamoto, Orochi was released. Orochi, Trihexa, how many years have passed? Trihexa, 6,000 years, master. Orochi, I was locked up for 6,000 years in this cursed dimension, but now they are gone, I will take charge of destroying this dimension. At that point, 2 portals open through which they exit. Michael, it's Ophis and Great Red. Great Red, Orochi again. Ophis, we stopped you once and we'll do it again. Orochi, my jailers, it's time for my revenge. Orochi stepped on the ground from which smoke began to rise and he was surrounded by skeletons that emerged. Great Red, you guys take care of the skeletons, we'll take care of Trihexa and Orochi. Ophis, let's go. Great Red and Ophis launched themselves against Orochi and Trihexa, leaving the alliance with the skeleton army. Orochi, my servants, kill them. They all launched themselves against the alliance. Azazel, attack him. Everyone launched themselves against the army of skeletons. But Ichigo was still on the ground sweating and shaking. Rukia, Ichigo, get up, we have to fight. Ichigo, Rukia, you don't understand, his power was monstrous. I felt the power of Ophis and Great Red, but they are not on par with that of Orochi, he is a monster. Ross, wait, you said you felt Orochi's power like. Ichigo, I don't know, I can just feel it. Rukia, wait, that's it. Ichigo, what a thing. Rukia, Ichigo, you are the only one who can defeat Orochi once and for all. Ichigo, how? Yorichi, I don't know, but we couldn't feel Orochi's power, but you could. Ichigo, I think I have an idea, but I need to give it some time. Rukia, leave it to us. Ichigo went to the back of everything to enter his subconscious. White King, what you want to do is crazy. Zangetsu, no one had ever tried it. Drake, you could die. Hyarinmaru, we can't, such a thing has never been done. Ichigo, if we don't do it, all dimensions will perish equally, we will all die. Outside Ichigo's mind. The alliance was resisting, but they were more skeletons until the portals opened more, and they came out. U.S. President, we arrived on time. Azazel, what are you doing here? President of Russia, we are an alliance. If we win together. If we die together. They will not leave us behind. Yamamoto, who brought them? Chinese President, we are not the only ones who have come. Yamamoto, what are you talking about? Hachi, I thought you might need help, the Wizard are here. President of Mexico, all humans who have learned magic are here. President of England, that's all of them. Hachi, what do you want more by chance? For those who don't know, Hachi is the chubby one of the wizards above. Hachi, to the attack. Everyone, in Ichigo's mind. Ichigo, because I can't do anything. Zangetsu, Ichigo, if we do this, we don't know if you'll survive. Ichigo, I still have to try. White, Ray, I admire your determination, but once you combine our powers, we won't know if you'll be able to assimilate them. Ichigo, If it gives us an advantage over Orochi, I'll take the risk. Drake, of all my bearers, you have been the strongest of all. Ichigo, thank you. Hyarinmaru, Master, we will be with you until the end. Ichigo, thank you. At that point, everyone gathers around Ichigo and begins to glow to give him all their power and be able to combine it. Ichigo began to shine brightly, and after that everything stopped. Rukia, we finished with the army, but how are the dragons? At that, the two dragon gods fall at maximum speed towards the ground. Michael, Big Red Ophis, what happened? Big Red, run, save yourselves, they are too strong. At that point, Orochi and Trihexa begin to descend from the sky. Orochi, wow, they took care of my army, but it's time to die. Orochi was charging his dark power to eliminate them all. Everyone was closing their eyes, waiting for their end. Rukia, I love you, Ichigo. Rukia was closing her eyes. Ichigo, calm down, it's time to end this. Ichigo touched his head and then continued walking. Rukia opened her eyes to see him, but he left her surprised. All Ichigo. Chapter 37, The End of the War. In Ichigo's mind. White King, you have to hurry, you don't know how long the transformation will last. Zangetsu, Ichigo is finished. Drake, come on. Hyarinmaru, it's time to fight. Ichigo, I'll finish him. Out of your mind. Rukia, Ichigo, what is it? Ichigo, don't worry, it's just me, but I'm finally complete with all my dragonic powers, Shinigamis, Quincy, Fullbringers and Hollows. Ross, that means that. Ichigo, I'm in charge because I could feel its power, because I also became a three-dimensional being when my brothers left me their powers. I became an incredibly strong being, but I have this power to protect you. Ichigo looks at Orochi. Orochi, you disappoint me, human, I feel no power in you. Ichigo, Orochi, let's go somewhere else, I don't want to fight here. Orochi, a useless suggestion for someone who doesn't have the power to defeat me, don't worry, you won't have to worry about hurting them anymore. He didn't finish saying anything because Ichigo subdued him. Orochi, in his mind, he subdued me, but as I understand. Orochi, your power is strength, it's not true, you don't have magic or anything special, but you do have strength. Ichigo, prepare yourself, Orochi, I'll finish everything here. Orochi, here it ends. Orochi took out a sword. Orochi, the gate. Orochi disappeared and appeared behind Ichigo to strike him with the sword, but Ichigo blocked it with his sword. Ichigo strikes back, sending Orochi back. Orochi, well, you're strong, then this will be fun. Out of all the dimensions I've destroyed, this one has only lasted so long. Ichigo, he throws a slash at him that hits his shoulder. Orochi, you can feel it. Orochi cuts him back on the other arm. Ichigo, I felt it too. Both continued to face each other with their swords, either one had the advantage, both were equal, but in that. Orochi, Snake of Purgatory. Ichigo, that's big, but the good thing is that I also have my friend. Ichigo, Daiguren Hyarinmaru. The Ice Dragon and the Purgatory Snake had collided with each other. Orochi, mine, how is it possible? I thought he had no magic power or anything special, then why don't I feel his power? Why don't I feel it? Orochi, it's not possible. Orochi was upset, so he started to grow and get bigger, giving him another more terrifying appearance. Orochi, ha ha, you can't feel my power, you disgusting human, ha ha ha. Orochi grabs Ichigo and throws him to the ground. Ichigo, that's all. Orochi, eh? Ichigo was standing. Orochi becomes even more enraged and throws a black ray at him. Orochi, Ray of Extermination. Orochi launched his best attack at Ichigo but didn't expect what followed. Ichigo simply stopped him with his hand. Orochi, how is that possible? Ichigo, you don't understand, do you? Now my power is far superior to yours. Orochi, what? Ichigo, here I go, Orochi. Ichigo ran towards Orochi and cut off his arm. Orochi, Orochi, I don't accept it. Orochi stepped back for the first time and began to release a dark aura. Orochi, you're going to die. When the aura disappeared, it came out. Orochi, admire my primitive form. Ichigo, you still don't understand, do you? Orochi, what a thing, now I feel your power, and it is below me, ha ha ha. Ichigo, that's because I allow it. Orochi, what? Ichigo, I'm tired of this senseless war. Lives were lost just trying to free you, including my brothers. I will never forgive you for that. Orochi, lives that are insignificant for the original objective. Ichigo, what are you talking about? Orochi, I released some of my power so Rise of him could find it and free me, lol. Ichigo, I see, so in the end it was always just you. Ichigo began to release even more power, making all the pressure become dense. Ichigo, with this power I will finish you once and for all. Ichigo began to change. Ichigo, it's time to finish you off. First, Getsuga Jujutsu. Orochi received the attack, sending him flying backwards. Orochi, how is it possible I still don't feel his power? Orochi, I am a dimensional being and I could kill him, but because I don't feel his power, that means it is not possible. Ichigo, you can't accept something that's right before your eyes, right? Ichigo appears behind him to give him another attack and send him somewhere else. Orochi, no, I don't accept it. I will never accept that. I am a dimensional being. Ichigo, that's your problem. You're a dimensional being and I'm a three-dimensional being. Orochi, what do I eat? Ichigo, Great King Zero. Orochi was too injured. Orochi, how did you become a three-dimensional being like that? Ichigo, my friends, my brothers, my family, thanks to all of them I was able to be stronger because I protect the people I love. You dedicated yourself to killing others and eradicating dimensions just for fun. That is why you are weaker than me. Orochi, that absurd reason is not unacceptable. There must be something else. Ichigo, no, that's all, you just don't want to accept it. That's your problem, but it's your end, Orochi. Orochi, no. Ichigo, Getsuga Mujutsu Blood Vene Zero Dragon Shoot Enryo no Hyarinmaru Arabado. Ichigo began to combine all his attacks. Orochi, no, I'm not going to die here, no. Orochi, Ray of Extermination. Orochi launched his attack. Ichigo, it's over. Ichigo, Hosei Hokuho. Ichigo launched his final attack at Orochi, sending him flying into space with a huge explosion. Ichigo, a AAA gain, it's finally over, finally. Ichigo was about to fall on her back but is held by all her loved ones. Ichigo, oh man, that hurt. Girls, sorry. Ichigo, they're fine. Rukia, we're fine, and you? Ichigo, in pain. Rias, that was dangerous, Baka. Ichigo, sorry, I had to end it once and for all. Yoruchi, but honey, how did you do that? Ichigo, I had to use my powers together, I'm exhausted, wait a moment. Ichigo enters his mind. Upon entering, he sees everyone lying on the floor. Ichigo, thanks guys. White, that was dangerous, King. Zangetsu, all our powers combined was exhausting. Hyarinmaru, it was difficult, Master. Drake, I'll definitely be sleeping for years. Ichigo, ha ha ha, thanks guys, without you I wouldn't have made it. All, we are with you until the end, Ichigo. Ichigo, thank you. White, now go to your beloved king. Zangetsu, come on Ichigo, we're waiting for you. Ichigo, thank you all. Ichigo comes out of his mind. Ichigo, it's over at last, there's no danger anymore. They all hug Ichigo. Surzek, this war is over. Michael, we won. Azazel, Ganymede. Army, YSSS. Odin, there is no more danger. Thor, at last we will rest in peace. Loki, I can be with my family. Archak, Ichigo really became very strong. Fenrir, we must become strong too. Valley, we must become strong so we can fight him. Great Red and Ophis were getting up. Big Red, So that brat didn't just get locked up, he killed him. It's incredible. Ophis, it surpassed us by far. Big Red, and now what will you do? Ophis, I'm going to see Tannen. It's been a long time since I saw my father. Big Red, ha ha ha, send him my regards. I must go to the breach to continue taking care that no one comes to this dimension. Ichigo, wait and see. Big Red, LOL brat, who do you think made your soul and those of your brothers pass through? Ichigo, it was you. Great Red, I guard the dimensional gap so that no one crosses into this dimension, but it seems that now I must guard another dimension. Rukia, like another one. Great Red, his dimension joined ours and now they are one. Yamamoto, wait, and the human world of us. Great Red, it's still there, only they don't know anything. We could say that it didn't affect the human world at all. Azazel, what do you mean? Ophis, what Red means is that there are now 2 human worlds. Odin, wait, and there will be no problems with the dead. Great Red, not every soul of the dead will go to their respective places, be it the underworld, heaven, Valhalla, or the Hollow World Soul Society or Aberno. Yamamoto, I see, so nothing changed. Big Red, if I change something, you idiots, I'll have more work to do now. Leaders, captains, and others, we understand you. Big Red, well, I'm off. Red walked through the portal. Ophis, it's been a while, father. Tannen, until you finally come to visit me, brat. He punches him in the head. Ophis, sorry, father. They are going to talk far away. Ichigo, friends. Everyone turns to look at him. Ichigo, let's go home. Everyone smiled. Chapter 38. After the war. We see a young 18-year-old student with orange hair walking. Ichigo, peace couldn't be better. At that point, several girls push him from behind. Rukia, sorry Ichigo. Ross, I'm sorry Ichigo. Rias, sorry. All the girls laughed. Ichigo, ha ha ha, come on girls, we'll be late. They all started walking next to Ichigo. They kept walking. Ishida, good morning Kurosaki. Keitase, good morning Ichigo. Ichigo, good morning Ishida and Keitase. Chad, how are you? Murayama, good morning Ichigo. Ichigo, Chad, Murayama, let's go. They continued walking until they reached their academy. Upon arrival, they were greeted with applause and greetings. Ichigo, what's wrong? Student heroes. Student 2, thank you for saving us. Ichigo, calm down, I did it because I had to, now you guys have to train to be stronger. Students, yes. Rukia, always encouraging everyone. Ichigo, yes, ha ha ha, I think I'm used to it. They all said goodbye to him to go to their living room. Ishida, and Kurosaki if you plan to do so. Ichigo, if they are the women I want to spend the rest of my life with. Chad, good luck Ichigo. Ichigo, thanks Chad. Ishida, you have everything ready. Ichigo, yes, I rented a field outside the city, but I want you to help me with something. Ishida, what would that be? Ichigo, I'll tell you later. Ichigo was in his classroom listening to the teacher and thinking about what he was going to do, and then the bell rang. Teacher, okay students, that's all for today. Ishida, what do you have planned Kurosaki? Ichigo, follow me, I already have the choreography. Ishida, are you going to? Ichigo, yes, I'm going to do something special before asking them for their hands. Chad, you've become romantic. Ichigo, they made me like this and I like being like that, so okay. Ishida, and they already know where to go. Ichigo, Kiba and Gaspar are helping me with that, they are going to take her. Ishida, well, let's go to the place then. Ichigo, let's go. Ishida, Ichigo, and Chad went to the place where Ichigo was going to propose to his girls. When they arrive, they see a large place with a huge forest. Ishida, Ichigo, this place is huge, it's like. Ichigo, that's right, they should be arriving soon. At that point, the doors opened to let more people in. Surzek, Ichigo, why are we here? Byakuya, what are we doing here, Ichigo? Gander, why are we here? Kuroka, yes. Betrayal, what am I doing here? Ichigo, calm down, I wanted to tell you that I'm going to propose to the girls and I would like your permission. Everyone was surprised. Zeoticus, you have our permission. Ichigo Kurosaki Hayada. Kuroka, mine too. Betrayal, mine too. Gander, I don't want to, but I know my granddaughter loves you very much, just take care of her. Ichigo, with my life I will take care of them all. Byakuya, it's about time. Kurosaki. Ichigo, you have my permission. Back, Suerte Kurosaki-san. Michael, you have the blessing of heaven. Ichigo, thank you very much. Inoue, good luck. Kurosaki-kun. Ichigo, thank you Oriheim, and I'm glad you're with Ulquiorra. Ulquiorra, I fell in love with her even though I had no feelings before. She teaches me what it is to love. Inoue, and he teaches me to feel loved. Ichigo, okay, it's time. Ishida Chad, look at this and help me. Ishida, Ichigo, the place is very big and we are very few in need. Valis Serogbiko y Loki, need help. Ichigo, come here, we will do everything. At the academy. Kiba, girls can come please. Rukia, where to? Gasper, just come here please. Rias, where do they want to take us? Kiba, it's a surprise, come on. The girls finally agreed and climbed onto a bench. They were leaving the city and turned into a forest. Rias, Kiba, where are we going? Kiba, you'll see. When they arrive, they see the entire place, the church, the forest, and everything. Rukia, why did you bring us to this place? Kiba, follow us, let's go inside. They followed them, but as they entered, music started playing. Kiba takes them to the church and they enter. Ichigo, what would I do without your smart mouth? Drawing me in, and you kicking me out. You got my head spinning, no kidding, I can't pin you down. What's going on in that beautiful mind? I'm on your magical mystery ride. And I'm so dizzy, don't know what hit me, but I'll be alright, my head's underwater. You're my end and my beginning. Even when I lose, I'm winning 'cause I give you all of me. And you give me all of you. 'Cause I give you all of me. And you give me all of you, oh. Ichigo approaches all his girls and they all enter. Ichigo and the others were dancing when the music ends and another one plays. After the music had stopped and Ichigo went outside with the others and went up to a stage where he started playing his guitar, and Ishida and Chad grabbed the other instruments. When I saw you, I felt something strange inside. A mix of fear with madness. And your look, I swear that if I lose you, I'll have lost the greatest fortune. I know nothing of your history. Or your philosophy. I want to understand you, to teach you to miss me. I will write you my most honest song. Give you a life with more additions than subtractions. If you leave me, there will be no questions, only answers. If you leave me, there will be no questions. Only answers? Rukia, Ichigo, what is all this that everyone is doing here? Ichigo starts singing. Oh yeah, 105 is the number that comes to my head. When I think of all the years I want to be with you. Wake up every morning with you in my bed. That's precisely what I plan to do, and you know, one of these days, when I get my money right. Buy you everything and show you all the finer things in life. I swear that I will mean it. I'll say, will you marry me? And what you do me, baby? Got me singing, oh. Got me singing, oh. Would you marry me, baby? Oh, 105 is the number that comes to my head. When I think of all the years I want to be with you. Wake up every morning with you in my bed. That's precisely what I plan to do. Ichigo takes out 9 boxes and opens them all, revealing engagement rings. Ichigo, girls, I will always be with you until the day I die, and I think it took me a long time to do this. Ichigo came closer and said, Ichigo, girls want to marry me. They were just shocked and started shedding tears and jumped on top of Ichigo to hug him. Girls, yes, I accept. Ichigo was happy and crying and kissed them all and then put their engagement rings on them. Ichigo, thank you for making me the happiest man in the world. Girls, I love you, Ichigo. Chapter 39 The Wedding. We see an Ichigo in a suit in a room. They were to wear elegant clothes, son. Ichigo, thank you, father. Gora, that suit is your style. Ichigo, thanks, dad. Ishida, Kurosaki is a list. Ichigo, I waited centuries for this moment with them. Chad, good luck, Ichigo. Ichigo left the room and drove his car to the church. Ichigo arrived and saw everything prepared and got into his husband position. Ichigo, I'm nervous. Ishida, don't worry, everything will be fine. At that point the music starts playing. Ichigo sees all his girls with their parents carrying them with him. Ichigo, they look beautiful. They all came with him and Michael started talking. Michael, we are here gathered to unite these people who have been through everything, but in the end their love could overcome everything. Rias, Ross, Rukia, Akeno, Asia, Kaneko, Yoruchi, these people are going to marry the man who saved us all, Ichigo Kurosaki Hyodu. Their love could overcome all the obstacles that life put in their way. Now a few words. Ichigo, Rukia, Ross, Rias, Akeno, Asia, Kaneko, Yoruchi, I love you with all my soul. I was with you in good times and bad. We were together through any problem. I want to tell you that I love you with all my being, and it will be like this forever. Rukia, Ichigo, with you I went through many things. You saved me, and after that I didn't realize the love that was born in me towards you. I love you, Ichigo. Ross, you made me believe in love again. When I met you, I thought you were going to be like the men I knew, but it wasn't like that. You were different. I love the way you are. I love everything about you. Rias, when you saved me from marriage I thought you did it to make me yours, but it was not like that. I thought badly. Every time I saw you a feeling in me began to grow, a feeling of love. I love you, Ichigo. Akeno, you made me forget the past and reconcile with my father. I love you, Ichigo, for who you are and how you treat us. I love you. Asia, when I arrived in this city I thought I would be alone, but you came and gave me a family. I love you, Ichigo. Kaneko, you made me accept myself as I am and you helped my sister too. I love you, Ichigo. Yoruchi, when I saw you for the first time I fell in love with you, but I thought you would want to be with me, but in the end you stayed with me and every day you make me the happiest woman in the world. I love you, Ichigo. Ichigo, I love you girls with my life. Michael, okay, pass the rings. Ichigo put the ring on each of them. Michael, you can kiss the brides. Ichigo kissed each of them and then left with everyone to get into a limousine and go to the party location. Everything was going well at the party until Ichigo approaches where the musicians were. Ichigo says after finishing the song, Ichigo, you made me the happiest man in the world. I love you girls. They just hug him. The party continued, but Ichigo had gone to a side where there was a bridge with a lake. Rukia, what are you doing here alone? Ichigo, I was thinking about everything we went through to get to this moment. Rukia, we went through a lot but we're finally happy. Ichigo, thank you. Rukia, Ichigo, I have something to tell you. Ichigo, what a thing. Rukia touches her belly. Ichigo is surprised. Ichigo, don't tell me that. Rukia, yes, love. Ichigo just picks her up and hugs her. Ichigo, you've made me the happiest man. In that all his girls also arrive. Rias, because so much happiness, love. Rukia just touches her belly. They all congratulate her. Ichigo in his mind. Ichigo, I don't think I would have been happier than I am now. Ichigo just hugs them.
Let me know in the comments below if you guys want the next part. Also check out my other video that has been shown and left. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video please like and share this video. And have a fantastic day. Bye.